And we are live. And it's live. Monday night.
Live
Down the
Monday
local
Night Football.
FC. I mean, yeah. This is Monday Night Football from now onwards. No one's going to be tuning
Yeah,
into that shite. They'll be here to watch us.
exactly.
So,
Exactly. I mean, after the games on Mondays are shit anyway, aren't they?
they
So,
are shit. To be fair, I mean, I can't think of any decent Monday night games there's been, to be honest, for a long, long time.
no, no. And it's a bit of a walk to the pub now as well. Now since I've only been
Mm.
confined to the house and garden, everywhere seems like a chore.
Oh, everything.
As
Yeah.
much as I'm looking forward to it, the walk is. I'm just like, is it worth it?
I mean, it's just bad. Like, you have to go upstairs to do the show. Like, I feel for you, man.
I know. That's that's a chore. I can hear my knee clicking on every step. It's not cool. It's not cool. It's a big effort.
I feel for you, man. I do.
I know.
I do.
I know.
I do feel for you. Not literally.
I have to. I'm gonna have to start getting Doreen to bring the laptop up soon. I mean, even that weighs a lot. It's light. It's light, but it's additional weight on there.
Can you get a stand a stair lift?
Good evening, Karen. Well, I don't know if it'd fit.
Do you think?
And equally, there's a weight restriction on them, isn't there?
Yeah.
If I
So you won't
start
be able to
getting
take the
that, then I've got
laptop.
no. If I start exactly, and if I that'd take me over. If I start using the scanner, mate, I'm only going to get bigger.
This is true. This is true.
My,
but
when my exercise is up and down the stairs, if I can't do that, I've got
that's,
nothing.
that's your cardio, mate. It's getting up and down them stairs. So, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show, everyone. Early doors, getting ourselves up and ready, raring to go for what is going to be another very exciting show. I am buzzing for the goals. Absolutely buzzing. I've been buzzing since
Oh,
Thursday. And obviously, with setting up the show and bringing up the goals on YouTube, there is just some insane footage that's going to be shown tonight.
there is some unbelievably good goals, but I can almost feel myself welling up already at the thought of one of them not going through.
Yeah, I know. There's yeah. Was it a third one out of the hat? No, it wasn't. Either way, I mean, there's
Fourth,
two, three. I mean, Jesus Christ,
but
yeah. Off,
there's a
yeah.
few
They're all
absolute
up.
bang. Yeah, I know my favourites on there, but
Mm. Yeah, well, I think your favourites
Troy's only in for
tonight.
the goals.
Yeah.
Oh, cheers, Troy. Cheers, mate. What about us?
Yeah, what else, man?
We'll make him wait then. We'll do the goals right at the end.
Yeah, so
Make him sit through the
I want
rest
to
of
talk really slowly about German football. Yeah,
it.
but go on.
Firstly, I have to dish out the apologies.
Hey, Jamie.
I
Okay.
apologise, Karen. I am not on the pint glass today.
Shocking,
We
Jeff.
have no beers, no ciders. I've I'm a little bit tired. I've been busy. I've not been lifting paving slabs, but I've been building wooden structures. So I need
Can't see.
the espresso martini. So
We'll let you off.
I didn't think that would look appropriate in the pint glass. I mean, I would have happily filled a pint glass with it, but yeah,
Yeah, but I mean,
is
yeah,
that a pioneer shirt?
it is. Yeah, the Pioneer Reserve shirt. So, yes, it most certainly is. Well, I was going to say famous shirt for a minute, but Christ, it ain't. It definitely ain't famous. Maybe for
It's
one or
famous
two
due
really
to the
bad misses.
podcast, though, mate.
Could be.
Yeah,
Now you're
people
thinking.
people are seeing that every week, aren't they? So
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'm surprised people will be. I'm going to walk down the road one day and see someone wearing one of them. I'll be like, oh, look, it's me, look. Burn it. No, I ain't burning it. I love that shirt, man. That shirt means a lot to me. Seriously. I'll be gutted. I'll be gutted if anything happened to that. Look how pristine it is. You can tell I was a winger because it's not exactly very dirty. So,
I was going to say, there's no rips, there's
no, all the white
no
bits
grass
are.
stains, and nothing.
Yeah. There's a little bit of dirt around the collar, but I used to wear a lot of hair gel back then, so. And a little bit of fake tan.
What did you really?
At one point I did, yeah. Genuinely.
So
Yeah,
I
it
resigned.
went quiet.
Oh dear God,
Jamie signed his and gave it
love it,
away.
mate.
A pint of cocktail, that's frowned upon. Ooh, chuff their neck, lads. Get in there, get the dirty ones in early.
What? A pint of cocktail is frowned upon,
Never.
is it? Man, I've been doing this all wrong.
God damn it, Jamie, stop it. Stop talking dirty already. We've not even started talking about Germans yet, and it's getting dirty. God damn it. Um, so yeah, I mean, so to recap before we get going is the premise for tonight's show. Obviously, it's going to be round 2 of the greatest goal of the Premier League era, which we are running on behalf of the DTL-FC down the local football chat. Whereby, for those who wasn't here for last Thursday's, the first round that we conducted, what we do is we show you 2 goals, and we're going to ask you to vote for which one is your favourite. So we told everyone what goals would be coming on tonight on Thursday, and I know 1 or 2 people mentioned earlier on today that they forgot what goals they were and they didn't make a note of it. So don't worry, we're still going to show you the goals. For the newbies, can you tell us the significance of the Pioneer shirt? The significance of the Pioneer shirt is the very first team that I played for on Sundays, so that's why. So we're going to do that. That's going to round off the show because that seems to be certainly the highlight of the show. Yeah. Prior to that, we wanted to have a very quick chat about the Bundesliga that happened this weekend and just look forward to some of tomorrow's fixtures. And then both myself and Neil are going to have a bit of a conflab about the current situation around transfers and the way that it's conducted and how we think it could be improved. And what are some
Please
flaws.
chip in, guys.
Yeah, so guys, if you've got anything
chip in with that, if you've got ideas. Yeah.
We look forward to seeing your opinions.
And if you think what we're saying is complete and utter bollocks, then tell us.
Which it usually is.
Yeah. We're filling time, man.
It's all good. We have booze. We're talking football. What more can we want?
Yeah,
I'm happy.
Exactly. Yes,
so
it's all good.
So talking about the Bundesliga, Neil. Obviously, last weekend you was unable to see some of the fixtures. This weekend, have you managed to see any of it?
I've kept up to date with the results and things like that, looking at the league tables and seeing what's been going on. I haven't seen much of it. Do you know what? Watching football at home on your own just doesn't have the same appeal as the pub. And German football is not one that I know players within the German league. I know the teams and things like that, but I wouldn't say I'm fully au fait with it. So I'd be watching it as a complete outsider. Yeah. And I'd feel like a traitor. I want the Premier League back, Championship back. I want to be a traitor. But yeah, so I've had a look at the results. I had a look at the stuff from last week. I've had a look at the results from this week. Just before we came on air, we were talking about some of the fixtures tomorrow. And I mean, if we think that we've got a goal fest tonight, there are some bangers of games in the Bundesliga tomorrow.
Yeah.
So
the Klassiker. I think I'm saying that right. The
it is the Klassiker, yeah, something like that. But you've got 4 of the top 6 all playing against each other, so should be good.
Very interesting. Yeah, we could. I mean, the title race is quite tight as well, isn't it, over in Germany? I mean, at one point, I think going into these 2 fixtures, there was like 6 teams that could go top if results had gone their way in these 2 games. So even as low as Schalke,
at
which
one
are down
point,
in 6.
at one. I think it's now between the top six. Well, actually, no, we'll take out Wolfsburg. Wolfsburg is 6th, but they are well adrift. There are 9 points separating 1st and 5th.
Wow, shit.
Which is relatively tight. Yeah.
Well, I mean, all it takes is Bayern to lose 2 games, and then it's opened right up, hasn't it?
All it takes is so Bayern play Dortmund tomorrow. Dortmund win that, they're 1 point behind Bayern, and everyone else has got the chance to catch up as well. So,
as you say, especially with Leipzig winning convincingly yesterday, and I think Mönchengladbach, they up there.
Mönchengladbach are 5th.
Oh, yeah.
They played. Did they play at the weekend? Possibly. They've already played their game. But again, they can get right up and in it. They lost to Leverkusen. Oh no, that was last weekend, wasn't it? Oh no, it was yesterday. Sorry, Saturday. Sorry.
Yeah, Leverkusen up there, and it's getting tight up the top.
Yep. Some biggies, some definite biggies, and as we say, you've also got tomorrow Leverkusen playing Wolfsburg, so that's 4th versus 6th.
Yeah.
So Wolfsburg are well adrift. I mean, they're 13 points behind Mönchengladbach.
Oh really? Okay.
So they're well off the pace on it, but they're up there. They're obviously doing all right.
Still vying for Europe at the end of the day, and when you get into those sort of positions, every game is a critical game.
Yeah, yeah. You don't want to lose any of them. So, and Leverkusen aren't as good as they were. I think early 2000s they were a quality outfit, but they've consistently been in up and around the top sort of echelons of the Bundesliga for a long time now. So
they've always had a class player or two there, haven't they? I mean, they've had Leon Bailey come through as a bit of an emerging star. I wouldn't say he's kind of at the height of his form like he was season before last, but of course you've got Kai Havertz there now, who everyone's talking about in German football, along with Jadon Sancho. Well, certainly the Germans are talking about Kai a lot more than what they would about Jadon. I don't know if you had much of a chance to see Kai Havertz
what I've seen. I've seen bits and pieces of him. He does look a very, very tidy player, attacking midfielder. Yeah. But he reminds me a little bit, not quite the same sort of power style as Ballack. Yeah. But he kind of glides around the pitch, doesn't he? Picks up positions, keeps everything. He almost looks like a defensive midfielder who just keeps everything moving, keeps everything going, and gets on the end. But he's further forward. Very, very tidy player.
Yeah, he looks like he's going to be class. I think there's obviously talk about these kind of players, certainly coming to the Premier League and going to bigger clubs. I mean, whereabouts could you see him going? I mean, would you see him coming to the Premier League at some point or not?
At some point, I'd imagine his next stop will probably be Munich. If I'm honest, I think they've got an aging. Yeah, they've got an aging team. I think he would fit in there perfectly. There's always constantly the talk. I mean, Thomas Muller has been playing out wide. He's been playing as a second striker to just try and fit him in. I think he's now 30, 31.
He's been fantastic this season, though.
He has.
Muller's been outstanding.
But Munich, they'll just move him. They'll move him into another position. That's the point. They'll get Havertz could go in there and they'll put him in a position he wants to play. And Muller will just go and play on the right or go and play on the left. Yeah. He's played centre midfield, I think, a couple of times this season as well.
I think he played at the weekend, yeah.
Yeah, the guy just covers wherever he's needed and does a decent enough job. He's not a centre midfielder,
no,
but he's a tidy player, tidy player, and he's very aware of what's going on around him.
Such a clever footballer, yeah. Thomas Muller. You never kind of, I don't know. I don't think he's always going to be. I don't know, as a football fan, you'd never kind of look at him and go, I'd be one of the first names on the team sheet. But I reckon if you worked alongside him and saw what he does in training, he's one of those players. There's a reason why he's in that Bayern side and he gets picked week in, week out.
Yeah. I mean, when it was one of the World Cups, he was joint top scorer, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Was it 2010? 2010? Joint top scorer. And you watched him and you thought, how is this guy walking away with a golden boot?
Yeah.
It just wasn't. He was getting goals, but he did not look like a proper footballer. He looked a little bit clumsy. He looked, but he's kept going for 10 years, so he's obviously got something about him.
Yeah, definitely. No, I was going to say, James hit the nail on the head. No flair about him, but grafts and gets a job done. And sometimes you'd much rather have, 9 players like that in your team than 10 showboats. So
yeah. Well, you have those 9 players and then you're one showboat, and you've got your setup, haven't you?
No, you got Bayern. Yeah.
But yeah, he's. Well, yeah, essentially. But yeah, he's the one that I see. They just shift him into a different position, and I can see Havertz going in there. I think the issue is would Leverkusen try and bump up the price if it was a case of him going to another German team? It's highly likely.
Yeah, more than likely, but then again, Bayern can afford it. I think
that's true.
I don't know.
I know there's still a lot of bad blood. Still a lot of bad blood between them and Leverkusen. They've nabbed players left, right, and centre off of them, haven't they? So Ballack went from Leverkusen to Munich initially, and there's been a few over the years where someone starts to show a lot of promise, has a couple of good seasons, they go and nab them away.
Yeah, but Bayern do that to everyone in the Bundesliga just in the same way that Juventus do it in Serie A.
Yeah.
Also, Real Madrid do it in Spain. Teams in England do it.
I think in Spain. Well, I think in Spain the difference is they buy a lot of. Real and Barca buy a lot of people from elsewhere. as in from abroad. They bring in players from external as well. I
Yeah.
think you see a lot of the teams that are sort of third, fourth in that division then poach all of the younger. They get all the youngsters in. They send them off to La Mesa and all places like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a little bit different in England. I think there'd probably be more going on if people didn't overprice the players so much, and then they end up not going anywhere.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll touch on that in a second. We'll get on to
Yeah,
because I think that's something that could certainly be
that is one of our topics.
yeah. I mean, improved on with transfers full stop and these extortionate fees that we're seeing
Yeah,
for youngsters. If Kai Havertz was to come into the Premier League, which team do you think would benefit the most from having him in their squad in the top six?
I'm trying to think where he would fit. I can't see him in the Liverpool team.
No, I can't.
Can't see him in the. I could have seen him in the Man U team until they signed Bruno Fernandes.
Same. Yeah.
Chelsea, yeah, he'd get in the team instead of Mason Mount,
Yeah.
but would he?
Yeah.
I mean, would they go and buy him? They've already got Ziyech on his way in.
Yep.
You've got Pulisic, who likes playing central.
Yep.
Are we assuming Arsenal are a top 16 still? Troy's just put.
Yeah. Arsenal, Spurs.
See, I can't see him in the Arsenal setup.
Couldn't you?
Really?
In what? How come? What? Just because
I'm
of
trying
the
to-
way that
I'm
Arteta
trying
likes to
to-
play, or
A little bit. I can't. I mean, he's got a habit. They got a habit of trying to shoot people into positions.
Mm.
So, if they signed him, they'd find somewhere for him to play.
Mm.
But would it necessarily get the best out of him? I'm trying to think who kind of plays in those roles. I mean, they've got Özil. Havertz is better than Özil
yeah, of course he is. But
now.
yeah, I don't know. Ozil, they're not. I don't know. They seem to be playing him sort of out wide again, and
Yeah, well, he seems to just have a free role where he floats to wherever he wants to be.
could you not see Havertz do that? And
There isn't. You could. Would Arsenal pay the amount of money that Leverkusen would want? I mean, they blew their load last year on Nicolas Pepe,
who?
who looked great in fleeting moments. Would they do it again?
Yeah, in France.
Yeah,
Which I don't think you should ever really judge a player on his time in France.
that's a massive shout. Yeah, and the Spurs one, I wouldn't see. I don't see him getting into the Spurs team as much as I have question marks continually over Dele Alli. I think he fits the way Spurs play better than potentially Kai Havertz would.
Yeah, I mean, and Ali's still 24, still young.
Yeah, he's not old. Yeah, he's not old.
Still a young
I
man.
think there's always question marks over his demeanour and his general attitude. Not necessarily in general life, but when he's on the pitch,
Yeah, he
he
kind of
always
has
seems prone
petulance.
to do something stupid. Yeah. You
Have
could see it every game he plays.
Yeah, I was gonna say, have they made Giovanni Lo Celso's transfer permanent as well?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
He plays in that position,
but he's
as well,
playing a bit
so-
deeper. Well, he
is
plays a bit deeper for him at the moment, don't he? They were playing him and Ndombele there, and it was him and Sissoko were there for a little while.
Yeah,
But I think a lot of these teams have got other places that they need to focus their attentions on. I mean, Arsenal need to buy some freaking defenders.
big time. Yeah, well, I mean, they got that William Saliba coming in, haven't they? Did they sign a centre back from Brazil? Name check
Yeah,
that
but he's
one.
not had a look in, has he? He's barely played a game.
Yeah, but he's still a young man. I don't know. Yeah, it's an interesting one. That Arsenal.
And that's the problem. Yeah, and that's the issue as well. Sabila's 19. He's gone back to France to play for Saint Etienne for a season, and then he's going to come over. He's not tried and tested, is he?
No.
I mean, it's a big ask. He looks great, but it's the standard, isn't it? He looks great in France.
Yeah,
He's only going to come up against one or two teams where they're going to cause him a problem. So, he's coming over to the Premier League where he's going to be under the cosh all the time because at no point do Arsenal normally consider defending.
No, not in any way. So as you say, I think you've got to be exceptional really to be a centre back at Arsenal. And really, it comes down to the partnership. That when they had Mertesacker and Koscielny playing well alongside each other, then it worked. And that's the last time we've really seen a centre back pairing work at Arsenal. And then prior to that, you're talking what Colo Torre and
Adams and Keown.
yeah, or Adams and Keown, yeah, yeah. So that's something they need to fix. I
I
don't
mean,
think they need to be looking at strikers and things like that.
no. I mean, the Invincible season where they had that was Colo Torre and wasn't Gallas, was it?
I don't think it was
He
Gallas.
came in after. No, he came in after. I can't remember who played centre midfield, centre back. That in the
Sol Campbell.
Invincibles.
Yeah, Sol Campbell.
Sol Campbell. Yeah, he would have
Good
been there,
shout.
wouldn't he?
Thank you, Jamie. Give us up on that one.
Good shout, Jamie. But yeah,
So-
he was quality.
So Kai Havertz at Manchester City to possibly replace David Silva.
But David Silva's not a regular in the team, is he?
Yeah, but David. Yeah,
I mean,
David Silva's on his way out
Kai
there.
Havertz is, yeah, he is. Yeah, he's going. Is he going back to Spain, or has it not been agreed where he's going?
No, I don't think it's been agreed where he's going. He's out of contract.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Foden will replace
Man-
Silva. No, never. I don't think they will.
I wish he would.
I would too.
I think I wish he would because he looks quality when he
Mustard.
plays. But I think Pep's
Absolutely
got.
mustard.
Yeah, but I think Pep's genuinely got a concern with youngsters that come through. He wants to buy the youngsters in. I mean,
Yeah.
Sane, absolutely quality
Ripping
on his
play.
day, but he had numerous days where he just didn't fancy it. And I think it was when he almost had the opportunity to go back to Germany last summer before, and it didn't come off. And he almost down tools. And then he's had loads of injuries since. And you think,
Yeah. But I think he's more dangerous than Sterling. For me, Leroy Sané, I would hate to be a fullback playing against him. I cannot think of anything worse than playing against Leroy Sané as a fullback. In my opinion, that boy is so quick, so skillful. He can cross a ball. He'll run it. Yeah,
goes
he'll
both
take
ways,
you on.
inside out.
Play pass.
Yeah.
Yeah. Left foot, right foot. That boy, he's one hell of a player. One hell of a player. And do you know what? Obviously, as a fan of a team that's not Manchester City, I'm pleased that he's maybe being mistreated, because if he goes to Germany, then I think it's good news for all the league. Quite frankly.
Yeah.
No, I think he's.
I think the whole Foden thing. I think we'll start to see more and more of him. But I think I just don't see Guardiola giving him a regular place in the team. I think you're more likely to see Bernardo Silva move back central. More likely to see Kevin De Bruyne be pushed a bit further up the pitch again. Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see it. Should City play Foden more?
Let's ask the Frog.
Let's see how crazy Frog is today.
Oh no, we're not getting any sensible answers tonight.
What did he say?
He said, "Hold out, someone's
Hold out.
anus has broken loose." Fucking Frog. Yeah, I mean, I'd love to see Foden play more. I really would. I think that he is just.
Yeah.
I think he's probably the best young English player we've got at the minute. He is outstanding. He is absolutely unreal.
Yeah.
Absolutely unreal.
I think he's running the risk of becoming a wasted talent at Man City. I think with the amount of hype, not hype, but the amount of interest in him, I'm impressed that he's still there now. Yeah. But he's shown it whenever he's played. He's shown it. I don't remember him. Yeah, I don't remember him having poor games in the games he's played, but he just doesn't get them consistently. And you have someone like Jadon Sancho, who, fair enough, people will like, well, hold on a minute, mate. Chill yourself. Your opportunity will come. And he's like, no, I'm not prepared to wait. And actually, he was proven right. Went to Dortmund, and he's been proven right. He didn't need to wait anymore. He was ready to go.
Yep.
How long before Foden does the same?
I mean, I think Foden should have gone on loan this season. I mean, even if he should have gone on loan last season, gone to Celtic. If he'd gone to Celtic and had a season there, that would have. He'd be one of the mainstays now in the England team. Honestly, the boy is that good. It's a shame that he's sat there stockpiling at Manchester City. But does this go back on to what we talked about last week with Cheeky Bergerstein saying that talent gets you into the dressing room, attitude keeps you there? Is this something we should question? Does Foden have the attitude then? Is it maybe his attitude that's letting him down, and that's why he's not breaking into the side?
I don't see. I can't understand where his attitude would be letting him down, because he's constantly in and around the squad. It's not like he's being left out constantly. He'll start games every so often. He'll be coming off the bench on a fairly regularish basis. But he sees all the others. He seems to start the cup games. He'll start a couple of games in Europe when they're not the big important ones.
Yeah.
But he'll see Mahrez, Bernardo Silva, David Silva, Sterling. If Sane was fit, they'd all jump over him each time to get back into that team.
Yeah.
And it's a sticky one, because if he had a dodgy attitude, he would have followed the Jadon Sancho route, because they can't turn. No way can anyone at Man City say to him, Don't throw your toys out the pram. Look what happened to Sancho, or look what happened to this person who got a big move away and it didn't work out for them. Brahim Diaz, he's at Real Madrid. I mean, he's starting to get games at Madrid.
Yeah, well, he was, I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, I think it's
just before. There is no bad example from recent. There will be. But the high-profile ones, there's no bad example. Heard of Rima Bernardo Silva might go back to Portugal.
We need to get Fabio here. Fabio, Jamie, just to point out, Fabio is our Portuguese correspondent for the show.
Yeah, so long as it's around Benfica.
Yeah. At what point would he want to go back to Portugal? That's shocking.
Yeah, he'd have other shouts there, wouldn't he?
I can't. And
who's going to afford him in Portugal?
Yeah.
None of them had paid the money. I mean, how Man City paid what, 40 million for him from
Something
Monaco?
Like that.
He'd never played a game in Portugal, had he?
I don't think he did. No, he went straight to Monaco, didn't he?
Monaco, yeah, because that was Fabio's biggest regret.
Oh, yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Yeah. Game for Benfica. Yep.
Bless him. I love that boy. He's so funny.
Ledge.
What a boy. His biggest regret is that Bernardo Silva never played a game for Benfica. I mean, and understandably, they might have actually done better in the Champions League. So, Bernardo Silva there,
and even on top of that, I would love to be Fabio if my biggest regret was that a player never got a game for a club I supported. That would make me happy.
I was going to say, do you know what? Yeah, likewise. I'd have had a good life.
If I could say my biggest regret was Gylfi Sigurdsson only stayed at Reading for one season, I'd actually be quite a happy guy.
Jamie, he was quoted to say, "I have this hole in my heart and I need to fill it," in reference to playing in Portugal. I don't think it was his heart. Anyways, moving on.
Yeah, he'll go back there at some point. He won't go. It won't be anytime soon.
No, yeah, I'd go with that. So we couldn't see Kai Havertz at Manchester City. We can't see him at Manchester United. We can't see him at Arsenal. We can't see him at Chelsea. So realistically, I think he would improve Spurs, and we can't see him at Liverpool. I can't see anyone getting in that Liverpool side at the minute. I mean, Jesus Christ, all across the pitch, with midfield up front. I mean, Timo Werner going there, or Timo Werner, should I say? I think that is a big mistake if he was to do that in this time in his career, unless Sadio Mane gets his move to Spain.
I think the difference is Werner would then go into a rotation with the front three, because at the moment you've got Divock Origi who fills in. Origi isn't a natural switch for any of those, whereas Werner can play in all of those positions and is good in all of those positions. Yeah, but he plays centre midfield more for them, doesn't he?
That's crazy.
He doesn't play out wide very often.
But do you think that's down to the injuries they've had with Naby Keita and players like Wijnaldum only really finding his stride sort of 2-3 months into the season?
Yeah, I think Shaqiri's one of those ones who I could see him being offloaded if they had the opportunity to sign a Kai Havertz, if they had the opportunity to sign a Timo Werner. I think Shaqiri would be one they'd offload, because they'd get probably more money for him than they paid. They only paid 12 mil for him. They'd probably get 20 back.
Greasy makes a great shout. Havertz has been playing false nine recently. Could see him rotating with Bobby Firmino. I think he is potentially. I rate Bobby Firmino so much. I think he's the one in that front three that doesn't get the credit he deserves. Well, I mean, he does amongst Liverpool fans. The Liverpool fans recognise what he does for the squad and for the side. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. Watching this Havertz play, he could actually be a bit of an upgrade, I think, on Firmino.
I think the concern would be if you're signing Havertz to rotate with Bobby Firmino, neither of them are going to be happy with that.
I think Havertz would be okay with it. I mean, he's still a young man. I don't think you can ever expect to go to another big club and just walk straight in the door and be a first team player. You've got to earn your place. I think that would upset Firmino more. Minamino, what about him? Not sure what they signed in, didn't they?
Is that
Minamino? Minimoto.
Yeah, little attacking midfielder, isn't he?
Yeah, sort of. He's a bit of a false nine. I think he came in as a replacement. You'd have Werner up front with Bobby just behind him. Do you think they would go to 2 up front then, Troy, and use, Mane and Salah as play like a 4 up front? That's I'm not sure about that one, buddy.
Leipzig for a long period of time as well. Werner was playing as almost an old school inside forward. He didn't play through the middle. Even if he was the main striker, he always comes wide and hits the channels. He doesn't play through the middle, which is why you see him in numerous times. Is it who's the striker they had there? Poulsen?
Yusuf Poulsen, yeah.
Yusuf Poulsen. So he would then play through the middle more, and Werner would play outside of him and then come inside, like an inside forward. So he'd play out wide and he'd move inside to pick up the ball from flick-ons and things like that. Yeah. So they weren't playing 2 up front because Werner would work and he's very quick. And I could see him doing that sort of thing for Liverpool. I don't see him playing as a centre forward, especially in the Prem at the moment. Maybe in the future, but it'd have to be a team that adapted to it. I could see Werner playing as a centre forward as a replacement for someone like Aguero at Man City.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah.
Where the ball's on the floor and it's interchange, and then a sudden slip through and someone's onto it and they're rapid over 5-10 yards. And that's where Werner would proper kick in.
Yeah,
I can't see him doing that at Liverpool, where he's dropping in to help build up the play and all of that. I don't see him as that sort of striker.
I mean, I don't know. I somewhat agree with you. Yeah, I could see him being more of an out and out number 9, and being that kind of on the last man sort of striker. But watching for Leipzig recently, he's sort of been like he's sort of been like a roaming forward. It's been bizarre watching him play, because he'll pop up on the left wing, then the next thing you know, he's sort of inside the left fullback, sort of like a right winger. Then he'll be straight through the middle as like a number 10. Then all of a sudden he's the last man, picking up tap-ins and things like this. So,
but he doesn't, from my point of view, from what I've seen of him, he doesn't link the play in the same way Firmino does. He's a great outlet because he'll run the channels, he'll do all of that. He's a bit Vardy-ish to an extent. Then
I think he's got more to his game. Interestingly, I mean, watching the game against who did Leipzig draw with on match day 1 on the restart? I can't remember who it was now, but he was dropping in a lot deeper and linking the play up. Sort of Firmino-esque, okay. In all fairness, and as you say, they were playing Yusuf Poulsen as a number 9, really, a bit of a target man, if anything, who he ended up getting the equalising goal. Greasy could see Werner at Chelsea. What do you think about that?
With Freiburg. Werner at Chelsea.
What do you think?
Where though? Playing where? I mean, have we been off Tammy Abraham already?
No, I'm just hey, just asking the question.
No. That's what I'm saying. I mean, where would he play? Where would he play? I can't see them binning off Tammy Abraham.
I think as a replacement for Willian, like a bit of an inside forward coming in from one of the wide positions.
So he'd be then playing instead of Pulisic or Hudson-Odoi or whoever. I think at the moment, while they've got Frank Lampard there, I can't see any of the English contingent being sacked off easily.
No, I'd agree with that. I think he's firmly behind the English team.
Yeah, I think if Frank Lampard got booted, then I could see a whole load of people ending up there, and all of those guys dropping down to mid-table teams in the Prem.
Yeah. Giroud's just signed a new contract, I believe, with Chelsea as well. I think he's just extended his deal. I think I'm right in saying.
Yeah, so 1-year deal, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. So that kind of signals a bit of a shot across the bows that they're not going to be bringing in another striker this summer by the looks of it. And I think.
Oh, I did.
Hudson-Odoi is going to prison for being a naughty little sausage.
Yeah.
Is he now? Is he going with Kyle Walker?
I did see his. I did no, not that kind of naughty sausage. He broke lockdown, didn't he? And then to go and see a bird, apparently.
No.
Who who has now accused him of rape.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens there. He's denied it. He obviously broke lockdown and he went to see her, and then went home after. But we shall see. We shall see what comes out of that.
Greg, Chelsea took up the option for Drew's extension. Don't think Drew had a choice. Yeah, you got a point, mate. I don't know what they would do, or what he would do, to be fair. And she cried rape, and apparently he's slapped her about. Oh, wow. Okay, watch this space, boys and girls. We'll try and find out a bit more about that.
Yeah.
So, Neil, let's get on to this talk about transfers.
Is going down a hole.
Yeah.
Jesus.
You get some media points over there, mate.
So just to touch on the thing Greg said, because Giroud's contract was up this summer, wasn't it?
Yes.
Which is why he didn't go in January, because he wanted to get a better deal, and they had the option to extend it by a year. Now, I think all Chelsea have done there is extend his contract so that they don't lose him for free. I think he could still go when the transfer window opens. I don't think that's out of the situation. I just think that means they can get some finance out of it. So.
Yeah, fair play. I mean, I don't know.
But anyway, yes.
At this time as well, you just got to. I think all footballers, you just got to start thinking of next season. Really, I don't think this summer's the time to be looking at big transfers and looking at big moves. So, which, like I say, leads us nicely on to what we think could be a way of improving. Come home, Oliver. A way that could improve the transfer system. Now, I know we talked about ways to improve it. I mean, I think we're looking at this from the angle as the excessiveness, more than anything, of the way that transfers are conducted nowadays, which I think is absolutely appalling. But I also like to try and point out some of the context in which these transfers happen and for some of the obscene fees. So hopefully we'll touch on that as we go through this debate. But Neil, you kindly brought up this point when we were talking about our bit of a think tank for today's show. What is the premise for this? What is it you are looking to discuss with this? What are the kind of guidelines? What do you think could improve the way that transfers are conducted?
I don't think there's any guidelines as such. It's at the moment, transfer fees are getting ridiculously excessive, and it's definitely become a seller's market. I mean, when you're seeing people being quoted at stupid figures, and they're not, you're looking at people that are 100 million, and they've done nothing to warrant it. It's a case of, someone's buying potential or something like that. But over 20 years, those prices they've tripled, quadrupled. They've gone up 4 or 5 times the amount. It's a ridiculous state of affairs. I mean, there was uproar initially when the Bosman ruling came in. That now doesn't seem to be an issue for anyone. Free transfers and switching across from clubs, and no one complains about that. There's got to be another way. I used to like the original MLS process with the player draft. Yeah. But I don't know how it would. Yeah, but I don't know how it would work in the Premier League. And I think the problem is always going to be it's in place. How do you change it? So what sort of things could be done to start having that impact in not reducing but stabilizing salaries, stabilizing transfer fees and things like that, because it's going to get to a point where it becomes an elitist game.
But do you not? But I mean, but this is the way that football's going. Do you think
which is why it needs to hold?
But do you think the way that the fees that are being bandied about now, in your opinion, can they be justified?
No.
Why is that?
How can you say someone is worth? I mean, I appreciate that the money that people get given in revenue and things like that in football now is more. But how can you?
Well, surely that's justifying it.
To say, But how can you say someone is worth £200 million?
Because they have a boot deal from
what?
Nike that, you know, could potentially bring in hundreds of millions of pounds worth of, because say for instance player X has now moved to a Nike endorsed football team, therefore they're going to bring in X amount of money, so therefore Nike are going to contribute X amount to bring that player over to a Nike brand, and therefore that adds on that amount to his transfer fee.
Yeah, and I get that.
As an example,
that's where my issue is. It's
yeah.
flawed. Yeah, no, but that's where my issue is. It's flawed from all of the angles. So you think, I'm trying to think of a transfer in 2000. I think it started to get a bit crazy when you saw Zinedine Zidane, 44 million to Real Madrid, and at that point in time, arguably the best player in the world. Okay. Kylian Mbappe, 200 million to, or just under 200 million to PSG.
Mm-hmm.
Not the best player in the world. Not in the top 3 at the point in time.
Okay.
Neymar, quality player, freaking liability. Does what he wants when he wants. Great player. But but he's playing in a shit league now, so he looks good every week.
Mm-hmm.
And away from football, he does what he wants to do, and he's got plenty of people paid to cover up for him.
Yeah, we talked about that on a previous show, didn't we? I don't think the problem is with Neymar. I think it's more the people he decides to associate himself with. Yeah.
Yeah. But then equally, when you look at Eden Hazard going to Real Madrid for 100 million, how is he only half the value of Neymar?
Yeah.
And that's kind of where it's a disparity. And I appreciate it's all the endorsements and things like that go with it.
Yeah.
But I think one of the major issues within football at the moment is the agents and the setup amongst that.
Yeah. Okay.
Because
I mean, so yeah. Sorry, to backtrack a bit. I mean, this is why, to counter your argument, I would say it is justified, these fees that are there for that reason, for the amount of revenue it brings in. And like you said, that shirt that's behind you, the Sony kit. You're telling me that Cristiano Ronaldo was to wear that shirt, Sony would not help make it happen? Of course they would. The most famous footballer on the planet. They'd do everything they could to get him in that shirt. If it meant throwing X amount on there, and I mean that's got to come into transfer fees. If you've got Sony in the era of the club saying, "I tell you what, we'll contribute 40 million if you want to pay that extra bit to prime away from Juventus," of course they're going to do it. They're going to do it all day long, and that's where all these fees come about. Yeah, agents. I mean, they're fucking rats. They're the dirtiest bastards we've got in football, and that's what's ruining it at the minute. The agents are the biggest problem.
But then equally, the clubs and the way they spend, financial fair play came into it, and clubs seem to just buy their way out of an issue.
Yeah.
You know, it's that's where the finance side of things, the disparity within it. I mean, so as a supporter of my second team, fudged the financial fair play rules by selling the ground to the owners to then give them the money and the income, and they'd done it because the precedent had been set by Derby, because Derby didn't want to get a 10-point deduction for breaking financial fair play rules. So Villa then follow a suit. Other teams have done the same as well. Sell the ground, you own the ground, you sell the ground and all the assets around to go back into the club, so that you actually have an income, which then means you aren't breaking that. Is it 15% or 15 million?
Whatever it is.
Something like that. And you're not breaking that rule. So, from my point of view, that's financial manipulation.
Do you think that's? I mean, I was going to say that's what's going on behind the scenes, left, right, and centre. Surely, that's
exactly.
What's fucking.
But then that gives teams. Villa in the Championship should never have had the money to go and spend £100 million on players.
Never in a million years.
And over the course of 2 years, or 2 or 3 years, they comfortably spent that. When you think they brought in Jonathan Codger, they brought in Scott Hogan, they brought in a multitude of players at 10, 15, Ross McCormack, £15 million each. One of them had a good season, and the other 2 were shit.
Yeah.
And they spent 45 million on those 3 clowns. You know, there's an issue within it at a lower level, and teams in the Championship, when they're spending that sort of money, it doesn't. The football is meant to be for everyone, and it's basically causing because the more money they're spending, the bigger the price tickets, the season ticket prices go up, the more it becomes harder to get to games, that sort of thing. It's the cost involved for everyone else is now getting to a point where it's ridiculous.
Yeah, agreed. Sorry, I just put a real quick message in the chat just to address it. Sorry, guys, you've been making some great points. I've been trying to keep an eye on them. Me and Neil, we're gonna riff a bit, but I promise you, we're gonna come back and talk about these. So, guys, keep your opinions coming in. We'll come back and readdress them. But so I mean,
do me a favour, Sean. Can you flick that from the Twitch to the multi-stream?
Sorry,
it's bigger. I can then see it.
Okay, sorry, mate. Sorry.
That's cool.
Sorry, guys.
That's cool. No worries, mate. No worries.
Yeah, we can rant on again. But I mean,
old man, mate. My eyes ain't what they used to be.
Mine ain't much better, mate. Do you see the fucking sags under these eyes? Jesus Christ! I look like a bag of spuds under the eyes.
Mine's top and bottom, though, mate. I think it's gradually closing.
But I mean, I just
to deliver me another espresso martini.
Oh really? Oh, you got one of those beer delivery systems like Leon. So jealous. I know,
but she's not watching.
Damn it. Get her on it.
I'll send her a text.
I'll do it, Claire. So, I mean, so what can change? What can change about this? I think that, I mean, I know because I mean, there's capped fees, isn't there? There's this capped fees thing, but as we're seeing, there's quite obvious loopholes about it. Capped fees are never going to work.
Serious.
Capped fees are never ever going to work because there's a 3-letter word involved that is a get out of jail free card for all of them, and that's tax. The government are raking in 20% of this all day long, if not more. We talk about excessive wages for football players. We're talking about these 400 grand a week that fucking Alexis Sanchez is sat on. Well, the government are seeing 200 grand of that a week. You think they're really going to do anything about it? Fuck no. That's why they're trying to get football back on the TV right now during all this coronavirus stuff. That's the only reason they're doing it, is because you get it back on the TV, it's more money coming in. That's all they give a fuck about.
Yeah. I think, honestly, I think one of the biggest issues, and I've looked into doing this as a job, which is a bit hypocritical. I wouldn't do it though because I'm about to slate it. It's football agents. I think there is a massive issue there. I mean, when you had people being called super agents, they weren't super agents. They were working in their own interests. They're not. Very rarely are they working in the interests of the player.
Yeah, but are they? Are they? Of course they are.
Are they what working in the interest of the player?
I mean, the only reason you employ an agent,
the player,
both. Of course, they're getting a better deal for the player. That's the whole reason they're doing it.
Because they get more out of it. Yeah,
but the player gets more out of it.
They don't care. Yeah. But from the agent's point of view, does he care? Once that deal was brokered, does he care that Alexis Sanchez is on 400 grand a week?
No,
he doesn't give a toss. No. 2 weeks later, he's not seeing any of that. No. He's getting his 20% cut from that signing on fee, and then he walks away and he says, "Okay, give me a shout when you've thrown your toys out of the Premier, and I'll move you on again."
I don't think it's like that. I don't think. I mean, I know there's some agents that may be like that.
Yeah.
But I look at it. I mean, they're like a mortgage broker. Now, a mortgage broker are getting you the best deal that you want. They'll do all the dog work. They do all the hard bit. They do all the paperwork. Do you want to do it? No, you fucking don't. You get someone else. You pay them to do it. So that 20% is worth every penny because they've got you a better deal. They've saved you a lot of time, saved you a lot of stress, taken out all the crap, all the negotiating, faxing this, faxing that, all that crap. That's what the agent does, and you can understand that. If you was a footballer, all you want to do is play football. Do you really want to sit around those tables, discussing deals, discussing appearance fees, discussing goals, discussing this, discussing that? No, I get the agent to do it. I'll pay someone to do it. Yeah, 20%, take it. Don't care. Just get me a good deal. As long as I get my money, I don't care. I want to play football. That's all I want to do. But it gets out of hand in the same way that transfer fees have.
Where the issue is. Yeah.
Because now all of a sudden, as you say, your £5 million player, your £5 million player is now 50 million, in the same way that your 50 grand a week is now 500 grand a week. It's got out of hand.
This was a conversation we had a couple of weeks ago. How can someone who is only played 3 or 4 games for Manchester United warranted being paid 40, 50 grand a week? Because that causes that guy an issue.
Sorry, was that Brandon Williams was talking about, wasn't it?
I think we were specifically talking about him, but it's a generic.
Sorry.
Because you think someone like Luke Chadwick, right? Good old ugly boy. Bless him. He's not
what
on,
a
is
boy,
he? He's
bless
not listening.
Hit every branch all the way down, didn't he? Bless him.
Exactly. And now trying to blame everyone else for the downfall of his career because he was ugly. But yeah, he would have been on a fairly decent whack at Man United, but he only ended up playing something like 15 games for him, 20 games for him, and he went out on loan multiple times and then dropped down the leagues. You get to a point now, he would have been on a decent whack at that point in time, probably around $5,000 a week, which when you dropped into the Championship was feasible. And then it would have been a case of drop down, and as he got older, that drop isn't significant. Brandon Williams, everyone raves, says he's a great player, brilliant, yeah. But what happens if it turns out this season is a flash in the pan, and it doesn't kick on? He turns up back after coronavirus, after 55,000 pies and a couple of barbecues around at Carl Walker's house, and he turns up, he's not fit, it all kicks off, Man United want to off him. No one's going to pay the guy $50,000 a week. Yet he's 19, 20, and he's sat there going, well, hold on a minute.
You gave me the contract.
I'm on $50,000 a week at Man United. Who's gonna sign me?
I mean, you go back to the whole Winston Bogard thing, don't you? Yeah, they gave him the contract. Yeah. He has every right, in all fairness, to dig his heels in. It's a cunt move to make, but we'd do the same. We would do the same if we turned up at work and they offered us a contract and said, you're here for the next 3 years, and they turned around after a couple of weeks and said, don't really like what you're doing here. Unless they've got some kind of way of paying you off, you're going to say, well, I've got a contract. To put it into layman's terms, I know this doesn't happen in the real world, but to put it like that, we would all do the same thing. We would all say, I've got my contract, I'm sorted for life, don't give a shit.
But as you said a minute ago, footballers just want to play. Yeah. Footballers don't care about the contracts. That all they want to do is play. He didn't.
No, he didn't.
He wanted to not play and be paid.
Some players are going to be like that.
Some of them are. I think the way
you look at some of these Brazilian lads that grew up in the favelas, they do the same thing.
Yeah, possibly.
Growing up with nothing all your life.
Bogard said that once he signed the contract, that money was legally his. That's the bit I have an issue with. I don't think that's quite true. Everyone signs a contract for their work, or 90% of people sign a contract for their work. Yeah. You don't then sit there and say, well, actually, pay me all of the money that you're going to pay me up front.
Yeah.
Because that's how I want to work. It doesn't. It don't work like that. So from that point of view, I think it was a bit of a dick move from his point of view. But I get what you're saying. I do get what you're saying. He has that legitimate right to sit there and do it. But that shows morally. That just shows what that just shows what a dick he was.
Okay, I think we should address some of the chat.
It's a new version of this. It was. Yeah, I'm just saw the last bit that came up. Moving to China was the new version of this. It was. It's not anymore now. They've capped all the wages.
Not now.
You're not going to have that anymore.
Okay. So we got.
But I was having a look and I've seen some of the people that went over to China for the amount of money they went as well. It's just unreal. Absolutely unreal.
Okay, so one of the first points that was made was when Troy said, bin off the January transfer window. Do you agree with that?
Well, we said this the other week, didn't I? Said about taking away the January transfer window and literally just having it like you used to have, where your transfer window opens in June and closes end of March. And people can buy players as and when they want. The problem you have is some clubs will stockpile, but it also means that Phil Foden, if he's, as an example, if he said, yeah, you're going to play, and come November he's made 3 appearances, he doesn't have to wait till January to say, actually, can I go now? Or he could go for a month, knowing that if it don't work out, he can come back.
Yeah.
Or he could go somewhere else. I think that would be a better option. I agree with the transfer windows. What happens is people then panic buy when they've not made a sign-in right at the end, and they pay a load of money for a player who's not really worth it.
I don't... But I suppose, like I said, I like to look at 50-50 things, and I agree the January transfer window causes a lot of problems, but for teams, say, that have been hit with severe injuries, threadbare sides, can you not see the January window as being a good thing for those sides, where they can bring in these players on an emergency to get them through the season? It could save teams from relegation. It could mean a team just about squeaks into Europe. I don't know. We've seen examples in the past of these January signings coming in and helping teams for that second half of the season. Is
I
that not
agree,
all part of the tactics of football?
but if you've got that where your transfer window opens in July or June when it does at the moment, and it runs through to the last weekend of March, you've got that whole period of time. So if you have an injury, you buy a player to replace him, or you loan a player in to replace him. You haven't got to wait for a period of time to do it. You could have, if you had Norwich could have 5 players injured in the first half of the season, and then come January, they're all just about fit again, and Norwich say, do you know what? Actually, we're okay now. We don't need to sign them. These are like new signings. Second week of February, they get 3 more injuries. And the games over Christmas take their toll on the players who have had to fill in, and they're back in the same situation again with no transfers. If you have it where you can make those deals throughout the season, maybe have something where clubs are limited to the amount of transfers they can make over a season.
Yeah, exactly. Which, as you say, makes a bit more sense, doesn't it?
You can, you can bring in 8 new signings and 4 loans over the course of a season.
Yeah.
And if teams choose to take that, they take it, and if they don't, they don't. But it goes over the course of the season then. And I think it just gives a little bit more flexibility to it. Prime example, we talked about bad sign. We talked about worse signings in the Premier League. Had we been able to use players going from English clubs to English clubs, Andy Carroll would have been right up there. 35 million to Liverpool. But Benteke wasn't even a last day transfer. He was done because he'd been quality in the Prem for 3 years with Villa. Andy Carroll had been quality in the Prem for 6 months with Newcastle, and Liverpool sold Torres and were desperate. They didn't think Suarez was going to kick on that as quickly as he did, so they needed someone who was used to the Premier League, and they paid 35 million for him.
Yeah, which I think,
and that was because they were desperate.
Going into that, I mean, when you lay it on the table like you did just then, it made sense, right? It made sense. I know it didn't work out, but it made sense. You can't say that amount of money. No, you can't say those 2 transfers didn't make sense. You just said it yourself. They didn't expect Luis Suarez to adapt to the Premier League, and yet there was a player there that played the Premier League for a season and a half.
Half a season.
Yeah, he'd had half a good season, but he'd been involved the season before that. Surely.
Yeah, but in the Championship.
Still
in the Championship, they'd only just come up.
It's English football. You're still settled in these shores. When you bring in a player from abroad, how do you know they're going to settle into the culture? We've seen players go homesick. Look at Jose Antonio Reyes, quality player, outstanding player, just didn't gel with his country. It happens. Settle properly, It happens. So,
and I get that.
But
£35 million at that point in time for a player who had been half decent for 6 months in the Prem. £35 million was a panic buy. They had to get a striker in, and they didn't. They were running out of options. Newcastle didn't want to sell him, but they couldn't turn down 35 million for him. Yeah, but that's where had they not had the January transfer window, they would have been able to potentially sign Suarez, but they wouldn't have had to have panic bought Andy Carroll. They could have then looked and said, right, okay, who else is available? What can we get? You wouldn't have that disparity in that fee, because Newcastle kept saying no, and Liverpool were desperate to get someone, and that money would just keep going up. If you don't have that transfer deadline day or those 2 transfer windows, teams won't do that. So you'll naturally see a slight reduction in transfer fees being paid, because you won't have that crazy last day. Don't get me wrong, I love transfer deadline day on Sky Sports. I love Jim White in a yellow tie.
Do you play the transfer deadline day game like I do?
No,
I just go around panicking and putting in last minute stupid bids for stuff on eBay. It feels like you're joining in, mate. It's great.
Oh, I thought you meant the drinking one.
What's that? An odd sock? I'll give you £6 for it.
Yeah, use condoms. Yeah, go on.
Hey, £20. That's a big signing that was for me.
But you've got. I just think there's it would cut down on that disparity, that massive. You see who you buy early in the window. You see the teams who get their deals done early are the ones who, to an extent, are prepped, but also the ones that know they're not going to have the money to go and have to pay something stupid at the end of the window.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Deadline Day's great. I love Deadline Day, and we see some great deals go through on Deadline Day. Ozil, Berbatov, you know,
Van der Vaart.
Van der Vaart. Yeah, I mean, there's some great deals we see go through, and I think that it does make or break lots of transfers. That time running out, and it forces a team to play their hand. It's a gamble. Carroll didn't pay off. Suarez it did. Berbatov, in my opinion, it did. Ozil, it did. It's the way that football works, and I think that that's all part of it. Penn is the pioneer. It worked, as you say. It's all these little things. I don't know. I personally like the January transfer window. I think it's a good way of doing it. I think it gives you that chance halfway through the season to say, we've had these injuries. But then, like you said, on the other hand, just like Troy has pointed out, with Manchester City can buy players to weaken opponents. You get things like that. I mean, Juventus do that all the time.
Yeah. And it used to be a Celtic Rangers thing. They used to just buy everyone else in Scotland and then stockpile them. But
yeah.
I think, Breezy put on there a minute ago about Jack Rodwell. His career went down the pan drastically, but he went to Sunderland on 70 grand a week, and he sat there not playing. I don't think he's there now.
I don't know where he is.
70 grand a week.
Insane in Sunderland, in League One. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
They got Luke O'Nine there. Luke O'Nine's a hell of a player. He's a baller. I like that boy. He's a good player. Ex Wickham.
But
come on, you chair boys.
Miss Harry hanging out of the Range Rover window on Deadline Day.
Where did Odin Wingy hang up?
Yeah.
So was you talking about Bale?
He's still waiting for Harry because he left.
Look at Bale though. He was good for 6 months. Went to Madrid and was class. Fair shout.
Bale was good for a while at Spurs first. A year and a half at least.
No, his last 6 months. His last 6 months, he found his consistency. The season before, he was a bit of a flash in the pan. I thought, anyways. I think those last 6 months, the one thing he improved the most in his game at Tottenham was he was class week in, week out. He showed that consistency.
He was their main goal threat, wasn't he?
Yeah, from all over the pitch as well, scoring bangers.
Yeah.
Bale was good for about 8 months.
Destroying. Was it Maicon? Absolutely destroyed Maicon when he was meant to be one of the best fullbacks in the world.
Yeah, the Champions League. Yeah, that was insane. Okay, let's catch up a bit with the chat. George playing my local team, Wickham. Are you local to Wickham, George? What a boy.
No.
So I broke my leg in the Wickham District League. Odin Wingy went all the way to Loftus Road and was told to do one. That was hilarious. When we're talking about Deadline Day,
brilliant.
Oh, mate. See, that's why you need Deadline Day, Neil.
He wasn't told to do one either, though, was it? He parked up in the car park trying to force through a move, and someone came out to him and said, "Are you here to see someone?" And he said, "Yeah, Harry Redknapp." And they went, "Harry left 4 hours ago." And he was like, you just see this soul as they're doing the final wrap-ups, and there's this one car in Loftus Road car park. It's this bloody Peter, Rod and Wingy.
I'm going to try and find my favourite Deadline Day moment, and I'm not sure I'm going to be able to find it. So I do apologise, guys, but I want to see if I can, because it's absolute classic. And if you haven't seen it, then and this is it. I have found it. If you have not seen this is the best moment in Deadline Day history. It's a bit of a waiter. You got to wait. Just wait for it.
I can't hear it.
No, there's no audio, but wait.
Okay.
There it is, look.
Yay! Oh, you got the dildo. That's why they stopped doing. They stopped having fans at the things, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
because he stuck a romping rabbit in his ear.
Love
brilliant.
George, I've been to Adams Park. Nice ground.
Yeah. So up the chair, boys.
Brand spanking new. No?
Up the chair, boys. Yeah. I played in Wickham. Played for Presswood. So there you go. Blast in the past. Okay.
I remember Wickham when they were romping in the champion in the conference.
Oh, what a team!
Good old days.
Yeah, I reckon. Do you know what? Such an underrated manager, Gareth Ainsworth. He could walk into the Championship team any day. What about the humping Norwich fans at Carrow Road? I haven't seen that. I have to find that. But I'll wait until we're off air to watch that.
Mike was there. Mike was at it.
That doesn't
Funnily
surprise me
enough.
one little bit. So, a grown Preston fan threw a pint at me when I was 13 at Adams Park. Good lad. Okay.
Can't trust those Northerners, though, can you, Jamie?
Nah, definitely not.
Nah.
Neil, do we want to get a lick on with this goal thing? I mean, I'm on the verge of exploding with my pants waiting for this. So.
What a stupid question. Yes, I want to get on with these these goals. Let's get these goals going on.
You really can't. Okay. Before we do that, I want to take a very short break to grab another drink because I am currently drinkless and I want to sit back and enjoy these goals. So, guys, if you want to do the same thing, Neil, if you want to do the same thing, we're going to take a very quick.
I'm going to send a message
to the alcohol delivery service.
I will interact with the chat if people still chat.
Yeah,
if they don't, then I won't take it personally.
But if guys,
let's go.
If you know anyone that's into football, get them to tune in for the next half hour because we're going to see some amazing goals and we need your votes. We need your votes to pick out which one's going to be the best because tonight is a tough one. It's a seriously tough one.
Tonight.
So I'm just going to click over to our Be Right Back screen. Guys, hang tight. Get yourself a drink. If you need to go to the loo, go to the loo. Now's the time. We'll be back in 2 or 3 minutes to start with the goals. We'll have a quick chat and then we'll get on with the goals. So don't feel as though you're going to miss anything. Give yourself 5 minutes to get that pulse racing, and we'll be back. As I say, and Neil will be on hand to answer your questions. So if you've got any chat, any questions you want to ask, fire away, guys. Yes, I can hear you.
You're back, Sean.
Look at that, like lightning.
Because I couldn't connect.
Sorry, mate.
Couldn't connect to the chat on the phone, and obviously I can't type anything on there.
Oh shit! That's
your screen.
Oh, sorry about that.
So I couldn't. I wasn't too sure whether people could still hear me when we were on Be Right Back. So
I left it on there for you.
Yeah, I didn't want to sit here just talking to myself, mate.
I just said that. I was too eager. I was so excited. I was just like, oh, nice fresh beer and have a quick wee and then, oh, goals, the best goals. I can't wait. I'm a bit surprised Little Grant's not on here. Where is Little Grant?
Yeah, or Coop.
Okay, I'm just going to send a quick shout out to... Benno, thank you so much for putting the shout on the Vikings group. Thank you, young man. And thanks for your involvement tonight, man. You've been bringing up some awesome points, so thank you very much. Okay, let's...
do me a favour, Shawnee. Just flick that back onto the multi-stream for me. So
Sorry, son. Sorry, son. Fucking
nah,
sorry,
you're
son.
all right. All
Sorry.
right, no worries. There
Is
we
there
go.
anyone
I can
that's
see
actually
again.
watching on the Facebook? Just a quick shout out to our friends on Facebook. Is anyone about to jump on to see some absolute banging goals and get your votes in? Hopefully, our good friend Andy, your brother, will be on there. I hope.
Yeah, don't trust the kid. Probably not.
Frog, do you think I'll ever find true love? I
Oh,
would say no, but then again, I'm a frog.
collection
Whoa.
and delivery.
Oh, wow. Hi, Dream.
Hi, Doreen. Bye, Doreen.
Face off on Twitch. .tv.
Oh,
So that frog, man. That frog is getting a bit rowdy again, isn't he? Don't worry, Jamie. I love you, mate.
it's not 100% convincing that you won't find true love, Jamie. I mean, he says no, but then again, he's a frog. He doesn't. He's admitting he's not sure.
Let's be honest. There's a 4-letter word to describe that frog, and I'm not going to say it. I nearly said it just then.
Is that a Sunday night word?
It's very much a Sunday night word. Yeah, but then again, Savile isn't 4 letters. So,
that's it. No, but Rolf is.
Want to fight? I don't know. What would Gandhi do?
I want to fight. What would Gandhi do? Give you his flip flop.
Don't know. Doff his glasses a little bit.
Yeah.
No one's piping up on Facebook. Oi.
Share my hat.
Hat McGandy. Oh man, I'm buzzing for these goals. Neil, can you quickly do us a favour? Oh, hang on. Is Sean the best football chat streamer? Got 2 words for you. Let's make this shit happen. Man knows. Neil, would you very kindly just run us through what goals we're about to see?
Yes, I can.
You want to bitch slap Gandhi with his flip flop? I'd love to see that.
With his own flip flop. Yeah.
Yeah, bitch slap Gandhi.
Now he's being nice. Well, I'm not surprised he's concerned now, isn't he?
Yeah.
Right. Let's have a little look at what goals we get to see today.
Ooh. So many good goals. I'm glad you can't see my lower half right now.
Round one. Round one is Thierry Henry for Arsenal against Tottenham.
Mm-hmm.
And he will be head to head against Dalian Atkinson for Aston Villa against Wimbledon.
Some serious
Two
goals,
bangers to start with.
Serious. That's another top one.
Are we going? Do you want to go? Do you want me to do all of them?
Could you just run through all of them quickly, and then we'll do the face-offs.
Cool. So we then have Sean's favourite, Trevor Sinclair, for QPR against Barnsley. Trevor Sinclair, when he still had his little dreads, almost a little bit Dwayne Dibley.
What a goal! Yeah, Dwayne Dibley.
Head to head against Jamie Vardy for Leicester versus West Brom. West Brom featuring quite a few times as the team conceding goals. Then we have one of our voted in goals, Eric Cantona,
which was chosen by me and you, wasn't it, Neil?
Yeah, against Sunderland, and he will be head to head against Wayne Rooney.
Remember the name
for Manchester United against Bolton. And then the final one is Le God, Matthew Letitia for Southampton against Blackburn versus Dennis Bergkamp for Arsenal against Newcastle.
Guys, I'm sorry to have to make you two, make everyone vote out of those two, because I'm so glad we're not doing it, because I just don't know. Oh, Dream, what a girl. Hey.
What a girl.
Oh, mate.
Ready to go. Look at that.
Another espresso martini. Neil, you could be hitting the fucking ceiling, mate.
Mate.
Jesus Christ. Oh,
Either needed tomorrow.
The front of my boxes are twitching
Troy.
like a badger's. Oh, yeah.
Troy, Bearcat all day. Have you seen the Letitia goal? I wouldn't make your mind up just yet. And equally, if you're guaranteed to go with Bearcamp all day, I'm quite happy for you to leave the stream.
Oh, now, Neil.
I'm not biased.
Neil.
I'm not biased in any shape or form on this one.
You can't be biased in this competition as long as the Trevor Sinclair goal wins.
Is what? Sorry?
I said you can't be biased in this competition as long as the Trevor Sinclair goal wins.
Oh, right. Okay, cool. Let's see.
Okay, everybody ready? Is everybody ready to start? Anybody that's not ready? Anybody need to gather their thoughts? Need to settle down. Have a cheeky poo.
Pose ourselves.
Everyone's ready.
That's after, mate.
What, the poo? I don't know.
Yeah. The excitement.
I think I picked a wrong day to be wearing white underwear. Good luck getting the stains out of these ones. See, George knows. I've taken a Viagra for this. Oh well, yeah. We're steaming then. We're ready to go.
Oh, mate,
what a
you
boy.
do not need a Viagra for this. These are Viagra on their own.
If you need Viagra, then yeah, you're using the wrong sheet.
I mean, I am now just watching. People will get to see it in a second because I could not remember the Henri goal, and it's amazing how this was a complete random draw. It's a good pair up.
It is a good pair up. Let's go. So, guys, we're going to have our first face-off. So we're going to show you one goal. We're then going to show you the next goal, and then we're going to ask for your votes. We'll then show them back again. We'll show them 2 and 4, 2 and 4. That seemed to work while we was waiting for the votes coming in, and we sort of did a bit of analysis. No Gary Neville impressions involved, Troy. Don't worry. On what we thought of the goals, what we thought made them good goals, maybe made them a bit fortuitous.
Is wait until both goals are shown before casting your vote.
Yeah. Because
you will only get one vote, and it makes it quite tricky when people vote for one and then change their mind and retract a vote, and we're trying to count up how many votes have been got to go through to the next round.
Yeah. So please please refrain from voting for the first goal you see. Okay. So first goal we're going to see is Thierry Henry's goal against Tottenham, and this was back in 2002. I think I'm right in saying.
Yeah. 2002, 2003. So that's Henry picking it up there.
Okay, we'll watch it back once more, just so you get a good look at it. And then we'll move on to the next goal. Okay. So Thierry Henry's goal against Tottenham is going to face off against Dalian Atkinson's goal against Wimbledon, which is this goal. And once again, we'll play it twice. And as you find
the vaults of greatness.
A bit of a better quality. we'll skip through to that. So this is Atkinson on the ball.
With the ball to start with.
It's just gonna. Let's get back to the beginning.
I think that's one of my favourite moments of that as well, is the supporter running onto the pitch to cover them with the umbrella. They've been playing in the rain for 60 minutes, I think, at that point, and he comes on with an umbrella to keep them dry. a bit late, mate.
They deserve to celebrate in the dry after a goal like that.
Yeah,
that's what you're saying. Look, where's the umbrella?
There's the brolly.
Fucking soaking here.
Amazing how that guy looks like Roberto Mancini with longer hair.
Does he? I thought it was Jimmy Bullard.
The
bulldog.
Bullard at that point in time was a wee whippersnapper, mate.
Okay.
The bulldog.
So, guys, get your votes in. So it's either the Thierry Henry goal against Tottenham or the Dalian Atkinson goal against Wimbledon. Whilst you're getting your votes in, get your votes in now. Get them in nice and early. Make your decisions. You don't make snap decisions. You can think about this. Me and Neil are going to just look over the goals, and we're just going to make a few points that we want to make along the way. You can't vote for Brian May, Troy. Okay, so
he's already voted for.
Let's look at the Thierry Henry goal. So it's a cleared clearance here from Vieira. Now, Henry's done quite well there, really, to get the ball down. But I mean, let's just take it back a bit here. This is probably the most impressive bit, I think, of the goal. You can see
where he just
touch tight here, touch tight, and you're thinking, take him down, stop him from getting. Henry was at the peak of his powers right now. Just don't let him get any further. Henry just shrugs him off, literally shrugs him off while sprinting at full speed.
Yep.
Look, let's go back again. Here, look.
Just gives him a push.
Yeah, here.
Little nudge backwards, and he's gone.
Now,
it's the two side steps.
Yeah, we're just going to go back to that because the first time I watched this, I thought, okay, here, that's just sold him a treat. There, he knew what he was doing. But these next couple of touches, I thought they were a bit fortuitous. It seemed like he got the ball stuck under his feet a bit. But the more I watch it, I think he's fully in control, really. Like here, that there. If you watch, he just takes a touch with the outside of his left foot to shift it to get the shot away.
Yeah.
And then the finish. Just here, look. Little shift. Okay, oh sorry, just right foot. I mean, that there just shows he was in control of it the whole time there.
Yeah.
And he knew what he was doing. The first time I watched it, I thought he was a bit tripping over the ball a bit, but and And I was going to say, just to point out what Coops made. Henry, it was against Spurs, which of course is their greatest rivals. So, and we're watching the goal at full speed as well. That's the other thing. Is just look how quick it is. So, Henry wins the ball here. 4 seconds. 4 seconds on the clock. And we'll stop it when the ball goes into the back of the net. To see just how quick he scored this goal. So, just about here. 4 seconds. So it's taking him 11 seconds to take the ball from just outside his own area, go up the other end of the pitch, bamboozle 3 players and stick it in the back of the net. It's a wonderful goal. It's a hell of a goal.
Yep.
Okay.
I would say from that, looking at that, I think it's been put shadow play, and also Jamie has put on there poor defending from the centre midfielder and defenders. I think the only person who gets close to Henry to put a tackle in is the centre midfielder, and he pulls out of it.
Yep.
The defenders back up and up and up. And I think the only issue and he takes his goal really well. I would be a little bit mixed with the goalkeeper, because the goalkeeper's not moved across his goal enough to cover that shot. He knows Henry can't get it back the other way.
Yeah.
Because it's blocked out by the defenders, and he's taken up almost a bad position. He's lost his own bearings with Henry shifting across the base. Now, whether that's poor goalkeeping or Henry's touch that's created that, I don't know. But it is a great goal. You see there, the goalkeeper's almost caught in no man's land.
But I mean, such a fierce strike. I mean, it's past the keeper before he could even move, in all fairness.
Yeah, and it's with his wrong foot.
Yeah. Okay, so I would prescribe that I think it's poor defending on the Henry goal, whereas with this goal, I don't think at any point
3 or 4 times.
Yeah, they've done really what they should have done to Henry. Really, we see him here. He's going to get absolutely clattered here. From your man.
Yeah. Muscled the guy off.
Yeah. Number 6 here tries to take a lump out of him. Miss it.
This was an old, dirty Wimbledon team as well. They were quite happy. He goes in. He doesn't even try and play the ball.
This one here
just tries to nail him.
Yeah.
Where it just runs into him. Look at that. Now again,
awful goalkeeping.
I would say bad goalkeeping. Goalkeeping's caught in no man's land. But Dalian Atkinson wasn't, as you saw, he was a bully striker. He was quick and direct. He wasn't finesse. I don't think anyone's expecting to see the chip at the end.
No one.
But it's poor goalkeeping.
Yeah. But you're just not expecting it. As a goalkeeper, you're saying, then go on then, mate. No. Have a go.
Yeah. And he has, and it's worked for him. I think,
it's that there. That there makes this goal better than Henry's, in my opinion, is the fact that he's just hip slided him almost off there, and
And after trying to kick him 3 times, to then have the composure on the edge of the box to chip it.
Mm.
This is when we were saying the other week. We've said numerous times actually. Certain players, if they try and do something and it doesn't work, you'd be like, "What on earth were you playing at?" That's one of those moments. If that chip goes wrong after doing that, you'd be like, "Mate, what are you up to?"
You'd take that broadie, shove it up his arse, and open it, wouldn't you?
Yeah. He would be your new rain.
Yeah, he'd be your parasol. Okay, guys, let's have a look. See where the votes are going. Atkinson all day. We have one.
So hold on, who's? We've got Claire on there, and then we've got Cauldron Smith.
Yeah, I know. Cheating French, trying to vote twice, but it's only good down as one, don't we?
No, that's good because she spelt Henri wrong as well.
Yeah. So we'll let her off. Okay.
Come on, Claire.
So we have one vote for Brian May and all of that. Sorry, I had to take that. Okay, sorry. So at that point there, 2-1 Atkinson, 3-1 Atkinson, 4-1 Atkinson, 5-1 Atkinson, 5-2 Atkinson, 5-3 Atkinson.
And then Coop.
5-4 Atkinson. Okay, guys.
And then that's it, isn't it?
So it's standing at 5-4 at the minute in favour of Atkinson. If you've not got your vote in yet, it's crucial you do. Crucial. Brian May with a volley. See what I did there? See what I did there? Very good.
Yeah. Very good, yeah.
I'm a funny guy. I'm a funny guy. Any more for any more? If you've not got your votes in yet.
I think they're 2 bangers to start off with. Two runs at pace, power, and 2 very good finishes. Even if the keeper is at fault to an extent for both. To an extent
for both of them.
They're both very good finishes. You could still miss those quite easily.
6-4 apparently. I've got 5-4. Okay, sorry. I've got 5-4. Okay, guys.
There's a few people who have written names down multiple times. Got excited.
There's been some cheating going on. Don't worry, we'll deal with that. We'll deal with that.
Weed them out.
Guys, going once, going twice. Any more votes? Okay, that calls it. I'm dropping the flag.
Wow.
Atkinson wins it by a snip.
Dalian Atkinson goes through. So everyone knows as well, that Dalian Atkinson goal was the first ever Premier League goal of the season. 92-93 season. Some of the classics are the best, guys. Some of the classics. That's what I keep telling myself as I get older and older.
I think that's a great way to have started the goal of the season competition.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll move on to our next pairing. Is everyone ready? Well, you cheated, so you got what you deserve. Okay, so the first goal you're going to see is Trevor Sinclair's against Barnsley. Let's just get it up and ready. Here we go.
Do you need a hand free for this, Sean?
I've had a beer in a little bit. I can keep it all together. Can't tell which one looks more like Dwayne Dibney.
Rufus Brevitt or Trevor Sinclair.
Yeah.
Oh, dear. Such a great goal, and then to celebrate it with Rufus Brevitt. It's got to be upsetting, isn't it? You know, you get a world class goal.
You turn around and he's running towards you. You think,
goal,
God.
And one of the worst left backs in the Premier League is the person who celebrates with you. You're like, oh, mate, no. I don't even think Sinclair's not even celebrating. He's trying to get away.
Yeah, he's
Brevitt's got hold of him. He's like, get off, mate.
Give me my moment.
Let me go and celebrate. With Danny Dichio.
Okay. That's goal number 1. It goes up against this goal. We're going to see it from a couple of different angles. Ooh, again, all black and white. How stylish. See it in a couple of different angles. It's quite a. This will be the last one. It's quite similar in many ways to Robin van Persie's against Aston Villa, isn't it?
Villa. Yeah.
In some ways.
Coming from the other side, I think it's a slightly harder skill.
He did keep.
Because the ball's behind him all the time. It's not coming across the pitch.
Yeah.
So he can't. He's having to run away from the defender whilst looking backwards.
Yeah. Okay.
The striking itself is similar, but yeah. I think the way it's built up is a lot of harder technique. But
yeah, I think that the Vardy one's a bit more instinct. I think, isn't it? I think the ball's just coming towards him, and he just decides to. I don't know. You just try and get something on it. You just do what you can.
Yeah.
And it's a cracking goal.
That's one of those where, you know that there's going to be a lot of times when Vardy hits that or he doesn't hit it. That's the point. As it drops down, he takes a big swing at it, and he doesn't catch it like that.
Okay, guys,
fantastic.
You've seen two great goals there. We're just going to have a bit more of a look over them and just try and point out a few quibbles from both of them. But feel free to get your votes in. We can see some votes going through. Sorry, Coop, I don't know if you heard me. Yes, we did keep the FA Cup goals, hence why the Trevor Sinclair one's in there, buddy. Yeah,
kept FA Cup, and we added the 3 that you guys added in a couple of weeks ago, and then me and Sean added in 1 each.
Yeah,
added in 2 combined.
Yeah, Safri, Ronaldo, Van Persie, Cantona, and Letis. Letis against Newcastle.
Letis against Newcastle.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So let's have a look at Trevor Sinclair's goal a bit more. Neil, what's your first observations on this goal, mate?
When I first, bear in mind, I'm old enough to remember the goal being scored.
So just to take it back, we're just going to have a look at this ball that's down in the channel here. When the right wing has got the ball here and it makes its way back to the fullback, do you think there's any cause for alarm here? Do you think that Barnsley have maybe set up poorly?
I think Barnsley think that their job is done to an extent. I think one of the things you've got to bear in mind, Trevor Sinclair wasn't playing as a forward for QPR. No. He was a winger even then. So I don't think they're expecting him to be cropping up in the centre of the box. But he's done what a wide player should do, because the centre forward is the guy on the far right who's picked the ball up and rolled it back.
Yeah.
So Sinclair's moved across the pitch, and the centre back and the full back are both caught out. Neither of them are really picking him up. They kind of done a handover without a handover. But when you first see it, you're thinking, nah, he's not going for. If he's going for goal, that is unbelievably audacious. That's a hit and hope. He can't do anything else. But then, the more you see it, the connection and everything else, it's perfect.
Yeah, so just to have a look at this image where we stopped it here, this is why, in my opinion, I agree. I think we talk about the Ibrahimovic goal, and I don't believe Ibrahimovic meant to score from that goal. I think he was trying to put it into an area, and he called it just right, and it looped up over Joe Hart. That's not to
Sweden one against
that's not to besmirch Ibrahimovic anyway, like I like doing, but I think that was it was a great goal, but I don't think he meant it. I don't think he meant it. Okay. With this, if we're just to watch, do your best. I appreciate it's on a small screen, but watch Sinclair's face as he hits the ball. For me, he's meant it. Just going to try and stop it. He's got eye on the ball, and he's trying to watch that ball. He's even as he hits the turf, he's already looking. Where's that ball gone? I'm going for goal. Has it gone in?
Yeah.
Shoddy goalkeeping again, but once again, you're just not expecting him to take on a ridiculous volley from a ridiculous angle when he's running away from goal. But watch this here.
And I think,
He's not positioned himself right whatsoever, and he's had to readjust, step up, walk away from goal to get the trajectory on it. It's just phenomenal.
and I think against better opposition, better defenders, would he have had the opportunity? Would they have been tighter on him? Would they have followed him, done better? But no way is a goalkeeper at fault in any shape or form. There, no one is stopping that.
No.
No goalkeeper. When the ball goes in there, there's no goalkeeper in his right mind who's going to be stood on his line. And the only way you're saving that is if you're stood on your line.
Yeah.
The keeper's only stood just inside. He's inside his 6 yard. He's only 5 yards off his line.
Yeah.
But the ball is past him, over and past him before he can even think about it.
I'll say the defender's touched tight. I don't think the defender could have done any more. It's just one of them. I think it's just a really great goal. Okay, to have a bit more of a look at the Vardy goal. Wednesday one strikes, not Wednesday, but it's okay. So Mahrez picks the ball up here. Now, he's obviously seen Vardy's on the run here. Vardy's giving him the signal that he's going to run off his defender. And as we move it on a little bit, we can see Vardy's already preempted what Dawson's going to do. And he's managed to keep his line and get in behind him. Now, at that point there, I mean, he knows it's a goal, surely. He's been watching that ball come through the air. I think that's probably one of the most impressive things about this is the amount of time he's had to watch that ball come through the air. And like you pointed out when we first watched the goal, he's running at full speed, not looking where the defender is, whilst watching this ball drop over his shoulder.
And you know for a fact that's something that's kind of been worked on because Mahrez and Vardy done that numerous times with switches of play and the ball through the channels and things like that over the top multiple times that season. But even then, I think...
Sorry, that's a really good angle there, just to see that Vardy...
Yeah.
He doesn't say anything, he just shows him. He says, look, stick it there. Look, just down here, bottom left. He's already sprinting. He's seen Dawson's looking at the ball. No.
Is Vardy pointing to where he wants it?
No.
Which for me makes that even better because he's making a run that Mahrez has picked out. There's not even a case of Vardy pointing to where he wants it.
No.
They know where they're going. They know where it's going. Mahrez knows where he's putting it. Vardy knows where he's putting it.
Yep. So just to see here, Dawson's got caught watching the ball. He's not seen that Vardy's here. As you can see, Vardy's thinking, I'm going to make this run in behind you. And that ball is either going to come down this lovely great big gap here, or it's going to float over the top for me to run onto. And just watch Vardy as he absolutely strips Dawson for pace because Dawson's not switched on to where he is.
No. And Ben Foster doesn't even move. Was it Ben Foster in goal for West Brom at that point?
Yeah. I know I can slow play back, but you know, I like to think I'm on Sky Sports here, mate, and I can stop it, and you know, I just need a pen. Where's my pen? I'm going to draw on the screen. Yeah, watch here. Yeah, look here. Should be in here.
I think the Sinclair goal is wonderful. I think there's more elements of
fortune about the Sinclair goal.
Well, no, but I think not even that. I think there's more elements of precision within the Vardy one. Yeah. I think someone else had put, Jamie on the chat. Vardy's got more things to worry about, defender following him, things like that. I think to run whilst looking backwards over your shoulder is pretty tricky in itself. To run at full pace.
I could barely walk in a straight line.
Dawson's not as... looking the right way.
Yeah.
And Craig Dawson isn't a slouch of a defender. The old man's in.
Yeah, we've got a Spurs fan in the house. Did I said that? Old man, did
Craig Dawson isn't a slouch of a defender.
No, he's a quality defender as well. I think he's given a disservice for playing for teams down the bottom. Quickly, the old man, did you see the 2 goals, mate? We're just in the middle of our goals vote, so if you haven't joined so far, what we're doing is we're facing 2 goals off against each other and deciding which one we think is best to go through in our Premier League, the best goal of the Premier League era. But let's have a quick tally up of the votes so far. So
this one's close, I think.
Very
we've
close.
Got from there.
What? One for Vardy, one for Sinclair, two for Vardy, two for Sinclair.
Another
Three for
Sinclair.
Sinclair, four for Sinclair, four, three
Then a
Sinclair.
Vardy.
Okay.
We've lost some voters.
Yeah, we got it 4-3 in favour of Sinclair at the minute. Okay, the old man, have a look at these two goals, and we want you to tell us which one you think is better. Okay.
Left foot, George.
Yeah.
Vardy's left foot, mate.
Okay. So that's goal number one. Is it better than this goal? In your opinion? When it finally plays it? Come on.
Subliminal messaging going on there, isn't there?
Sta for Napoli.
Trevor Sinclair or Jamie Vardy?
Yeah, which one? Yeah, no, I think that's what makes the Vardy one that bit more impressive, is it's on his weaker left foot.
It's on it, yeah.
Okay, guys, so at the minute we have it 4-3 in favour of Trevor Sinclair's overhead kick in the FA Cup.
So who hasn't voted this time that voted in the last one? Shadow Play? Is Shadow Play?
No, Shadow Play's voted. He voted Sinclair.
He's done his vote, yeah. Greasy?
Greg? No, Greasy voted Sinclair. Benno?
Okay.
Greg? I haven't got your vote in, mate.
Gregor's gone. Is Gregor gone?
Oh. I make it... Okay, 6-3 in favour of Sinclair, apparently. Mum's on it. Mum's counting up the votes.
Oh.
Guys, get your...
6-3 now.
Any more for any more? Any more for any more?
We have 15 viewers, apparently, so there's a lot of voting available.
There's a lot of voting available, and it could be crucial. Absolutely crucial. Is there anyone that wants to get their vote in? Because if not, the old man has sealed it. What a boy. He's not only got a good taste in music, he's got a good taste in goals as well.
Was this a conversation you had with him prior? Sure.
No.
Was this an afternoon conversation?
It's got nothing to do with me playing a bit of Velvet Revolver because I thought he'd like it. Okay? It's got nothing to do.
Yeah. This is one of my favourite songs. And Trevor Sinclair's one of my favourite goals.
If you vote for Sinclair, I'll play this song for you. I didn't do that. You can watch the stream back. I did not do it, okay? Even had the chat on the screen, so you can't say I put it in the chat, okay? But to be fair, the old man did gift us 125 bits, so... More than that, actually. You silly old git. Gifting us 175 bits today, thank you. Which, actually, that goes to remind us, George, could you remind everyone in the chat of the bargain that we've got at the minute, please? Silly old bugger. What you like? Okay. Once again, guys, we're ready to drop the flag and call it 6-3.
Little countdown of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and Trevor Sinclair is free.
Oh, sorry. I thought you wanted me to drop the beat after it. Sorry.
No, don't drop a beat.
I dropped the
drop another goal.
Time. Okay, so
drop another goal.
So George, I'm going to bring myself to say it. I've had nearly 2 beers, so I think I can somehow blur this from my memory tomorrow. But yes, I've agreed that if I get donated 2,000 bits, I will wear a Zlatan Ibrahimovic shirt for a drumming stream, and also have it hanging up here for the Down the Local shows. And just to point out, I hate the bloke. I'd love to kick him in the gooch. So
we had a debate the other week where Sean told us that his dislike for Zlatan was so much it was unreal, to the extent of he thinks Olivier Giroud is a better player than Zlatan ever has been.
I stick by it. I stick by it. Okay, I could quite easily go on to how if Olivier Giroud had played for the teams that Zlatan had, in the order that he did, he'd have had a more impressive record. But I'm not going to, because
we've got another quality goal coming up.
We do 2 very quality goals. Possibly the most iconic.
Say as well.
Yep.
I already think I know which goal is going through in the next round.
Oh, do you know?
If that does, I think so. We are following suit at the moment of how the goals went in last year. So, first, second goal, getting voted. Last week, last show. So,
yeah.
if the one I think goes through, we are following suit, and it could mean that I end up a very happy man if that follows all the way through.
Okay, so we need to press on.
Let's keep going. Let's go.
Okay. If everyone's ready, we're going to show you. So what we'll do is we're going to show you the full highlights of both goals, side by side, and then we're going to have a quick chat over some analysis on each goal whilst you get your votes in. So don't get your votes in straight away. Don't just vote for the first goal you see. Wait until you've seen both and then make your vote. Okay.
So I'm reading the chat. There's a lot of people who disagree with you, Sean.
Guys, I could sit here all night and show you and tell you about why I don't like that guy, but do you know what? I think you're doing Luke Chadwick a bit of a disservice there. He didn't get his chance at Manchester United. So, anyways, shut up, Neil. We're going to move on.
And equally, who would have thought Luke Chadwick would have got this many mentions so far in one show? He's been on a few times today.
I reckon we could get him on here for a guest appearance. Benno, don't start that, mate. Come on. Man knows, mate. Honestly, that old fucking old cock nose, he ain't as good as he looks, mate. It's that fucking ponytail. Prick. Okay.
Top knot.
So the first goal we're seeing is Eric Cantona against Sunderland. I'm going to just play it back a bit.
No, don't be put off by the fact that it was an absolute romp from Man U.
Yeah, and a 5-0 win. And we're going to see the celebration.
The inside stanchion.
The celebration as well.
Yeah. Do you know what? The goal is quality. The celebration.
The celebration's better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I don't know, actually. Yeah.
So that goal goes up against this. Now this really, it almost isn't a Wayne Rooney goal, really.
Quick counter-attack when he was still a number 8.
Mm-hmm. Just let that run through. Okay. So these are the 2 goals that we're asking you to pick. Which one you think is better? Either Eric Cantona's mazy little run, powerful run.
Little 1-2.
Yeah, and then chip over the Sunderland goalkeeper. Or Wayne Rooney's...
Chips go?
Yeah, sorry.
Go on. No, you carry on. Sorry, mate.
I was going to say, as chips go, that one's that's a potato wedge, that one, mate. Very
Top
nice.
Corner stanchion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Naughty. You could just imagine hearing that noise sat in the Stretford end as it just clips off the inside of the post. Ooh, Cantona. Okay, so Neil, let's have a look at Eric Cantona's goal. Can you just talk us through it and tell everyone what you think of this goal as we just find it? I'll just find it up here. I had to find our good friend Sky Sports, who keeps getting our videos banned on YouTube. I had to find their version just so it was in decent quality and hadn't looked like it'd been filmed with a potato.
So it's it's the first bit. So when you see it initially, it looks like he's just picked the ball up and he's running, but he's picked the ball up on the halfway line. He's turned into a player and then pulled it away from him, turned to go the other way and turned into someone else. So here, he's gone one way, sends him, goes back, then goes through the gap. And Cantona was not quick, but he's seemingly that burst of speed to just get away from those two guys and the awareness to give the ball and get it back to just evade that last tackle. He knows that he's going to lose it. He's got nowhere to go. It's less than a 5-yard pass. And he's just rolled it off, knows it's coming back to him. One touch to steady himself, and then an exquisite finish. So absolutely exquisite.
I'm just going to stop it here because I mean this is one of my, probably the key bit for me in this goal is Cantona's just laid this ball off here to, I don't know who that is, Jasper Blomqvist?
Is it McClare? No, is it McClare?
Might be McClare.
It's Brian McClare. It's long before Blomqvist was there.
Okay. And that's Karol Poborski down here, who's known for a very famous goal. So he just picked the ball up here.
Just not for me.
You see here, he's not even looked at the defender. The defender should really stop him getting through it. He just shoved him out the way. He should run straight through him as if he's not even there.
He's just ploughed straight through him,
It's just, I think what makes this goal all the better is the camera angle. Just as this ball leaves his foot in.
Yeah, you see it.
I can't explain what it is, but it makes you just take a deep breath and go as that ball's going through the air, and it just goes.
Brian McClare.
Okay, thank you, old man.
But
yeah, it's a fantastic goal, and it's quite obviously McClare. But damn it. Yeah, it's magical. It's just a fantastic finish at the end of what is a really, really great goal. Okay, so to look at Wayne Rooney's. Now, this one here, you can almost... It's almost a shame it's given to Wayne Rooney because really it's Cristiano Ronaldo who does all the work, apart from, the clearance. So, let's go back here. Is that Scholes that's clearing it back here? Obviously, once again, it's been filmed with a potato. But I'm not quite sure who this player is, you can't quite tell. But Ronaldo picks the ball up here, and he's getting closed down from a Bolton player, and plays a clever little pass in here to Wayne Rooney, who gives a give and go to Ronaldo. And
nice
Ronaldo's
touch,
he's off like a cat with a bum full of dynamite. And
for me, the most impressive thing in that is Ronaldo giving the ball back to Rooney at the end.
Okay, is this in full speed?
Now,
so
that wouldn't happen.
No, not now. Okay, so when Manchester United win the ball, once again, we'll do the same thing as what we done earlier on with the Henry goal. So we're looking at 25 seconds on the clock. Into Rooney, back to Ronaldo. Ronaldo. Run. Through to Rooney. Rooney with a deft little chip. It's in the back of the net at 37 seconds, so 12 seconds. 12 seconds from edge of your area.
One end of
with a hell of a 1-2.
Defending a throw in. Yeah.
So once again, Henry's was 11 seconds. This is 12 seconds. Neil, what about the finish at the end, mate?
It's a nice dink. It is a nice dink, but at no point is there any height on it, really, is there?
No,
it's not got a huge amount of height. So has the keeper gone down really early? Has he overcommitted himself? I couldn't work out whether, because from the angle, I can't work out whether it's gone over his legs. Keeper is flat.
We talk about UC
I think he's
Yaskalainen.
expecting Rooney to, but I think he's expecting Rooney to go round him instead of. So he's tried to make himself big on the floor instead of cover for a chip. And I think he's also looking at the angle he's put himself. It's almost like he's concerned about the pullback for a tap-in. So he's kind of gone at a funny angle to try and block all of them. And in the end, Rooney's just a bit of innovation, flicked it over him.
Bit of instinct,
I think he's over. Yeah, I think Jaskalainen's overcommitted himself a little bit. It's a great breakaway.
Yeah.
Fantastic breakaway. I don't think it's a fantastic goal.
I think it's I think it's a wonderful goal,
the season.
It's not a. I don't know.
I think it's Yeah, it's not a goal that you look at and go, wow. It's a goal that you go, do you know what? Fair play. It's a great break.
Yeah.
They're defending a throw-in on the edge of their own area, and within 12 seconds they've scored.
Yeah.
That in itself is impressive.
It's what Man United were about at that time, though, weren't
Yeah.
they? You know. Okay, so
It was. Yeah, it was.
So we've had a good look at the goals. We've had a good little bit of analysis. Let's see what you wonderful people have decided is your favourite goal. Yeah, I've got my opinions on Zlatan, and I'm sure we can talk about that. Cantona, 3-0, 4-0 Cantona, 5-0 Cantona, 6-0 Cantona, 7-1, 7-2, 7-2 Cantona.
Special mention for Brian McClare.
Yep. Okay, I don't think I really need to ask you lads to get your votes in, really. It's a pretty convincing win for Cantona, isn't it? And as I say, more...
So that was the way I thought it was going.
More, I think, because of how iconic the goal is as well, in all fairness. We talked earlier on about the Henry goal against Tottenham having its own mystique about it because it was against Tottenham. I think that goal will... Anytime anyone ever talks about Eric Cantona in the Premier League, they're going to talk about that goal. I think.
That's the goal, yeah.
And, you know...
a big part of that is because the celebration was so...
outrageous.
Renowned.
Like he is.
Widespread, wasn't it? Yeah. It was on everything.
Yeah, if you could sum up Eric Cantona's time in the Premier League, that I think, you know, you'd have no hesitation in just showing that goal. Okay, so now
and maybe a kick
and a kick.
Yeah, Palace fans though.
Yeah, muggy bastards. We now go on.
He probably thought it was Simon Jordan, didn't he?
When the seagull follows the Jordan. Legend, absolute legend. Okay,
what a hero. Yeah.
Let's get on to our headline act. The Leon Brat of the Down the Local FC. We've got a serious contender here for. I mean, I think 2 goals that whichever one goes through is going to trouble later on in the competition.
Genuinely concerned by the amount of Arsenal fans.
Yeah. So Neil has a favourite out of these 2. It's quite easy to be fair, I think I'd side with you on this one, Neil. But it's not up to us. It doesn't come down to what we think, it's up to what you guys think. So this is where this voting thing is critical. Absolutely critical. I'm going to show you the 2 goals, and then I'll let you make your decisions whilst we deliberate over those 2 goals.
By deliberate, you mean get moist.
It's a headline act for a reason.
No.
Okay, we'll watch it again.
Ball in. Sidestep. Back again.
Right foot.
See
left foot.
you inhale right in the top corner from about 35 yards. What a banger.
It goes up against this goal.
Which is a great goal as well, but, you know.
This is the worst one yet.
It is a fantastic goal.
This is like picking which bloke to shag your miss, isn't it?
I mean, the only thing I'd say is Nikos Dabatas is defending.
Okay. This is, yeah. Dennis talking, we can't hear him. I think we really want to hear him. Send us all off to sleep.
No.
A calmly spoken Dutch accent.
I am sure that I definitely meant it. Yeah.
It's not very sexy football.
It's a sexy turn on this Nikos Dabatas.
This is where we need Coop with the sexy football.
Shakespeare.
Okay.
By Steve McLaren. Right.
Oh, very sexy. So Neil, talk me through Matt's goal.
Well, picks the ball up and he Letizier's it, don't he? He Lagods it. We had the conversation seeing this one a few weeks ago for something else, and it was very much a case of he looks at, if you're Matt Letizier, you get the ball there and sidestep, and then you freeze it there. Oh, sorry, Sean.
Sorry, mate. Getting so excited.
No, you're right. Sidestep there, you freeze it a little bit more.
Okay, I'm trying to have a drink, Neil.
No, my bad. But he's got a forward on the inside channel to slide in.
Right. Another 10.
How many? He's the only player I know that would be then thinking, do you know what?
Stick it in the top corner.
I could bang this in. I could bang this in the top corner from here. He's done it against a very good at the time Blackburn team, arguably England's second choice goalkeeper at the time.
Nigel Martin.
Bang right. No, I think it was Tim Flowers. It may have been Tim Flowers still. If not, it would have been Shay. Who was after Nigel Martin? Brad Friedel. Not Nigel Martin. After Tim Flowers was Brad Friedel, I think.
Yeah. No, it's not Brad Friedel. He's got hair. It's
not Brad Friedel. Far too much hair. So it must be Tim Flowers. But it's an absolute banger. He sidestepped two guys. Matt Letizier's got absolutely no pace.
Yeah.
But these guys are nowhere near. He's done that guy. He's gone past him. And then he just steps back away again. He's created so much space for himself to unload that shot.
Yeah.
Nothing more satisfying than hitting a shot and seeing a goalkeeper clatter into the post, trying to save it.
So, I mean, what really I love about this goal is that he's going right foot, left foot, almost effortlessly. And for anyone that's played football who tries to go right foot, left foot effortlessly, knows it is so difficult to do. And we're going to come on to that because I appreciate Bergkamp's does a similar sort of thing.
Yeah.
But if you watch Letizier here, right foot, left foot, and at no point is he lost control of that football. It's absolutely outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. Sorry, Jamie, I'm going to go Bergkamp because I reckon that is a hit. Jamie, thank you so much for joining in. We appreciate your votes. Thank you so much, mate.
Yeah, I think though, Jamie, you need to watch a little bit more Letizier because that's not a hitting hope.
Okay.
There's not there are very few hitting hopes
with Letiz, anyways. Yeah.
With him, yeah.
Okay.
A lot of the goals are but yeah.
So Bergkamp's goal.
Moving on.
I see the ball here. Is that Pires who's on the ball now? I think it's Pires.
Pires plays the ball in.
Let me see. Ball comes in here, and it's a bit of a bobbly one, isn't it? It's a bit of a poor pass, I think, if anything. That ball there, you want that along the deck. You want to be able to control it. It's skipping about all over the place, and he invents something out of nothing with his left foot.
Yeah.
Now the question is, and I'm sure it's probably what he was talking about afterwards, but Neil, do you think he means this touch?
I think he means to flick the ball around the corner.
Okay.
I don't. It's very instinctive.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he knows at the time of doing it. I don't think he knows what is going to come out of it.
No.
But the ball comes in. He's got nothing else to do.
Do you think he's trying to send the ball?
That's awkward.
This way, or is he trying to send it
the other way?
That way.
Other way.
I think he is. Yeah.
Because it comes off him. It comes off the wrong angle.
Yeah.
But he's got no other option than to try and invent something for himself. It bobbles up right in front of him.
Yeah.
So he could have been. I mean, it looks like he's gone with his instep to pull it down, but it's bobbled right in front of him, and he's done the best he can with it, and it's worked out absolutely brilliantly. And but that's the thing. It's like it's at that level, you've got to be inventive. So does he mean it? I think he means to get the ball beyond the defender. and it's worked out really well for him. If it came into him 5 more times in exactly the same way, would he have the same outcome? Probably not.
No, I don't think at this point here. I think he's shaping
to control that with his instep,
so he can hit it with the instep of his right foot.
Yep.
You can see look here.
He's watching him.
He doesn't know where the ball's gone. He's expecting it to have gone round here, but it's a bobbly pass, and he's tried to control it with his weaker foot.
But what he's done well as a forward is he's watched it. He's done it. Not 100% sure. He's watched the ball, so he's then making that run. He's ahead of the defender because he's more aware.
Here. Look around here. Yeah, appreciate the ball's not there, but he knows in an instinct like that, he knows the ball's come off at a different angle. Yeah. He's reacted. I'm just going to watch it through here, obviously in slow motion. It's working in slow motion.
The foot is there. The foot is there, and it's the last minute he changes it as it bobbles.
Yeah.
He pulls his foot's up to control it, and he kind of almost pulls it away at the last second because it bobbles up so much in front of him.
Yeah.
So I think he's tried. I think he knows full well where the ball went. I think as he turns around, he's watching the ball, so he knows where he's trying to look for the ball. But
yeah, I don't.
He's still got to outstrength the defender to get there first.
Yeah. So I think this is where, if we watch that angle, we just watch him here. So in slow motion, you see he's tried to have that touch, but he knows at this point it's not gone how he wants it to. We've done it all on a football pitch. We've tried to make a touch and it's gone the wrong way, and all we can do is act on instinct. So at this point, you'll watch he spins his head round to see where the ball's gone. Here, look, where's the ball gone? I found it. It's over here. Can I get to it? I can get to it. The defender's in an awful position because he's not preempted it in the same way Dennis hasn't. But what Dennis has done better than him is react. He's done what striker does better than anyone else on a football pitch. He's reacted. He's used that instincts to look where is the ball. He's felt the touch off his foot and he knows it's gone in that direction. He's locked eyes onto it, and whoever that is it's unreadable. It's unreadable. No defender defends against that. Learns to defend against that. So from this point on, it's purely a case of can I get there before you? I can. I've got my body in front of you. There's no way you're getting this ball. And from here on in, pure class. This is the classiest bit about this goal. It's just putting that ball in the back of the net.
Sidestep. It's the cool and calm to get his whole, because he's going at the wrong angle. So he's got his body all the way around the ball to be able to play it back across on his favourite foot. How many people would get that, and then just try and lash at it with their left foot instead of trying to get all the way round?
Whether he means this or not, whether this is just pure class and instinct of the man, which he's done time and time again in his career, this is by far the best bit about this goal. It's this bit here.
Yeah.
Putting that ball in the back of the net with such consummate ease. Everyone's going to talk about the touch. Everyone's going to talk about this artistic, visionary thing that he saw that no one else saw. I don't buy it for 1 minute. I think he's reacted on what was A, it was a poor pass. B, he made the best out of a bad situation. The pass is poor. It is poor. You see how it bobbles along the ground, and he's had to react with it the best he can. He's done what a world-class player does, and does the best he can. And when you're world-class, this is what happens. You score a fantastic goal. It's not a fluke. I'm not going to say it's a fluke in any way. I'm going to say that it's not happened the way he's tried to do it, but he's reacted, and that's what the best players do. They react on these situations and they create something out of nothing.
He's been inventive for something that has. He's made essentially. He's made the best. He's made a bad situation look amazing.
Correct. Yeah, precisely. That's exactly how I want to put it.
There was one of the other goals we watched just as a sideline. One of the other Letitia goals, funnily enough, where he flicks it up and it like he's going to hit a volley, but he doesn't get anywhere near enough height on it. So he tries to flick it up again and he doesn't get it, and he's running out of space, and then he just drills it where it's nowhere near where he wants it. But he gets so much pace and power on it, he beats the keeper.
Yeah.
And he's invented because what he's tried to do hasn't come off.
Yeah.
And I mean, at no point are we going to try and find out. Let's be fair. We've all scored a goal where we've gone, oh, of course I meant that. Of course I meant that.
Yeah.
But in your head, you're going,
Yeah,
a little bit.
I hit and hoped it. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but you know,
Yeah.
it's what you do. You puff your chest out a bit when you're playing football because it makes you play better. You know, as
Yeah.
you know, as you know, I'll probably class myself as an ex-player. I don't think I'm anywhere near what I used to be. And I know Neil, you've had your injuries, bless you. So, Jamie, I thought you'd gone, mate. I'm glad you're still here. um, but you know, when there are times when you're playing at your best where you have to big up the things you've done, even if you didn't mean it. There's been passes I've made where, to be honest, I was hitting and hoping, and it's come off, and everyone goes, "What's that? Yeah, I saw his run. Yeah, I saw him make that run. Yeah, fucking didn't. I just put it in an area, mate. I put it in an area and hoped to get on the end of it. I just got lucky.
Hope you were quick enough. Yeah.
So, and we do that as players. But you claim it because, like I say, it improves your confidence and it makes you play better. And that's what it is. Okay, so the last count up
I think
was
Bergkamp, looking at that,
comes out as a 5-3 winner.
Bergkamp's won it.
Okay, is there anyone that's not got their vote in? Let's just go back. Okay. Bergkamp. Sorry, yeah, Bergkamp. Latisse. Bergkamp. There's one in there I've missed. Sorry, mate. I'm just trying to pick out where it was. Go 5-3 in favour of Bergkamp. Is there anyone that's not got their votes in? Anyone that's watching on the Facebook or the Twitch that you've not got your vote in? We've only had 8 votes so far.
I mean, obviously, if you're going to vote for Bergkamp,
we need to know. I want to know.
Get your votes in, guys. Come on, anyone additional?
Before we put down the flag on what has been an epic round of goals, and then we'll draw out the goals for Thursday. Come on. Anyone else? Any more for any more? It's not an eBay bid.
The goals for Thursday. The goals for Thursday are bangers as well. There are some.
Cantona.
There are some additional bangers in there.
Cantona. Okay, right. Going once. Going twice. Done. Bergkamp goes through 5-3. I'm sad to see Latisse go out because Latisse is definitely one of my heroes in the Premier League, and I'd like to see that goal go through. But this is where we fucked up, I suppose, letting the public vote.
I know.
I joke. I think, as I say, you could. I think both goals. This is where the draw can be cruel.
Yeah, and then this is what we said, guys. Yeah. When this one came out, it was always going to be
we were going to lose one of our favourites.
Painful one. Yeah, at some point they would have potentially drawn somewhere along the line.
Yeah,
because I think either one of those two could have been contenders to win.
Yeah, like I said, either one of those is going to be a contender later on in this draw. So, which, speaking of which, Neil, have you?
We'll be doing. We'll be doing coronavirus tests on all of the people who have gone through. So if there is a space, we may be able to get someone out and Latisse back in. But random drug testing.
There's always a technicality. Yeah, you never know.
Yeah.
You never know. I mean, Bergkamp must have been on something at that sort of time. The crazy Dutch.
Oh yeah, yeah. Look at those big eyes. Wide.
Okay, Neil. So have you done? Have you picked out? I mean, we can obviously pick out what's going to be the next 2 shows. The next 8 face-offs we're going to see.
I can tell you all of the goals. So
round 3, Thursday.
On Monday, Bank holiday Monday. Yep. So come Thursday, guys, we will be seeing a second opportunity for progression. Matt Le Tissier for Southampton against Newcastle. Definitely no chance of anyone saying hit hope.
Definitely not.
Against the fudged winner of goal of the season a couple of years ago, Jack Wilshere versus for Arsenal against West Brom. We then have Emmanuel Adebayor for Arsenal against Tottenham. Again, head to head with Ronaldo's Man United free kick against Portsmouth.
Which is voted for by George.
Voted for by George, one of our outside ones that came in. We then have, and we're still not sure how this one got in, Glenn Johnson for Portsmouth against Hull. And he will be head to head with Vinny Company again for Man City.
Oh, that's by far the shittest Leicester. Tie of the round, isn't it? That is shit.
Yeah.
We'll have a toilet break during those goals, lads. Don't worry.
Yeah. We then have Dennis Bergkamp again, bit of magic for Arsenal against Leicester in a head-to-head with the second ever winner of goal of the season, Rodney Wallace for Leeds against Spurs.
Another cracking goal. One that people don't talk about enough.
It is a good goal.
Okay,
a very good goal.
So what order are we going to have next Monday's goals in? If you'd be so kind to complete the draw, Neil.
Monday will be Ryan Giggs for Manchester United in the last minute of an FA Cup semi-final against Arsenal. Against Tony Yeboah's spank.
It was just a spank, wasn't it?
Against Wimbledon.
It was just a spank, wasn't it?
It was definitely a spank. It was.
We're going to analyse that goal.
Be quick, won't it?
Fine tooth comb.
We then have Emre Can and his acrobatics for Liverpool against West Ham.
Good goal.
Against a touch of brilliance from Dele Alli for Spurs against Palace. Based on the amount of Arsenal fans on here, pretty much know where that one's going to go.
I was going to say, I know where Coop's going to vote on that one. Troy, have a good evening, man.
Oh, cool. And Troy will be voting on that one as well. We know where he'll be at.
Good lad.
Cheers, Troy. Thank you, mate. We'll speak to you soon. We have Paolo Di Canio's scissor kick for West Ham against Wimbledon. Against Jack Wilshere's one-touch football for Arsenal against Norwich.
See, that's why Drew's better than Zlatan.
Stephen Gerrard. Was that?
Nothing.
George isn't biased. Yeah. And then we have Stephen Gerrard's FA Cup final saving goal for Liverpool against West Ham, against the lesser-known goal of the season winner, Sean Bartlett for Charlton against Leicester.
So, boys and girls, we have some great goals to see in the next two shows. Obviously, sandwiched in between those, we've got plenty of other topics to debate for the next couple of shows. So, be sure to tune in. And we love hearing what you guys have got to say. So, as per usual, once again, you've been fantastic tonight in raising some fantastic subjects during the transfer debate that we had. So, please feel free to get involved and bring up anything that you want during the chat, during the show. You can ask us any question, and we'll do our absolute best to try and elaborate on it as best as we can. Yep.
So a quick rundown of the guys who are currently in the quarterfinals. We have Maynard Figueroa for Wigan versus Stoke, Dalian Atkinson for Villa versus Wimbledon, Wayne Rooney for Manchester United against Man City, Trevor Sinclair for QPR versus Barnsley, Youssef Safri for Norwich against Newcastle, Eric Cantona for Man United against Sunderland, Didi Harman for Liverpool versus Portsmouth, and Dennis Bergkamp for Arsenal against Newcastle.
So they'll be
joining them in the quarterfinals.
They'll be in the next round. So obviously this is, as you can see, this is just, it gets better and better as we go on, and it gets harder and harder as it gets on as well. It's just insane. It is insane.
Yeah.
It's not just a Tottenham goal, it's a Dele Alli goal, which is even worse. Yeah, I know, Coop. If you could, you would probably vote -1 for it. I know we could if you would. Thank you, the old man. Okay, right. So we're going to wrap the show up, and then we're gonna find someone to raid. So guys, let us know. Do you want to check out someone who's playing FIFA, or maybe see if we can find some cool music that's going on that we can chill out to on our Bank Holiday Monday? Guys, let us know who we want to go check out. It's the first time I'm raiding someone, so please stick around. Please go show them some love. So, because the
On
more
Twitch.
love we show them, the more it's going to come back to us, guys. So it's going to help with our show and get more people involved, which is what we want to do. We want to spread the love. So, Neil, would you like to wrap up the show
Yes.
for us, please?
Great show, guys. Quality goals. I'm very disappointed Latis is out, but he gets a second chance next week. Not even next week. Only a couple of days. Only have to wait a couple of days to hopefully get over it. And I will have my YouTube clips of it for the rest of the week. As ever, much appreciated comments and things like that within the chat as well, guys. As I say, it was good to have your input as ever. It's much appreciated. The more we can get in and the more interaction we get on the chat, the more we can sort of link into it. And I think, it'll be good to get to a point where there's enough people in there that we're coming into it and we've only got really one thing to cover. And the rest of it is almost like an interaction with you guys. At the moment, we want to structure it a little bit, but the more interaction there is on the group, the less structure we need to have. And it can be a proper down the pub.
A proper down the pub.
With a beer.
Proper down the pub.
Yeah.
So, guys, please do keep coming back. Please keep coming back on Thursdays. It is so appreciated. I can't put it into words. Thank you so much, everything that you're doing. A for me, and B for Neil as well. Because what you guys do for both of us, collective mental health, what we love most is talking football, and you guys let us do it, and we want to share this with you. So the more you do, the better that we can provide you with different subjects, different answers, our controversial opinions on things. So please do get involved. Honestly, us guys, we look forward to this all weekend, to doing this Monday night show, and then we sit here WhatsApping each other all day on Tuesday and Wednesday, buzzing for Thursday's show. So please do get involved. Be a part of this show with us. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're now going to head over to Matt Waldron's stream. If you don't know who Matt is an American performer. Is just a fantastic singer, fantastic musician. So please pop over there, send him a quick goodwill message, let him know that we've spread the love over his stream, and enjoy his stream. Enjoy it for the next half an hour or so, and enjoy his music, okay? Guys, thank you so much.
Yeah.
I'll be back again playing drums on Wednesday, and we'll be back for the Down the Local show at 7:30 on Thursday. Let's go. Okay, do I need to end that in Streamlabs?